Yes! Yes! We are live. We are live. We are live. We are in the building. How we doing, people? How we doing? How is life? What's going on? What's going on, everybody? I feel good. Do you feel good? Yes, there it is. We're all coming in. I knew that chat would be coming in. I'm sat here like, hang on. There's always a moment, because there was one time when I did a live stream. I did a whole introduction for like 15 minutes. I was all proud of it. And then I realized that absolutely nobody was watching me. So there's always just that awkward moment when I start, as there's a latency delay before you guys start answering. And I'm kind of like, is this happening? Is this fake? But no, we are here. We are here, and this is a rare one. This is a rare live, because we don't normally go live on a Wednesday. So shout out. I saw Lee commenting. Lee's at work right now trying to sneak this in. Some of y'all are at school, man. Shout out to you guys for checking in with me on a Wednesday. Also, this is a rare one because we really very intricately know the artist that is the topic of today's live, because I deal with him in the mirror all the damn time. I'm talking about myself, and I'm talking about... Oh, okay. Knox is so excited. He's throwing microphones down. Look out. Ghost. I went to the gym today, and I'm jacked up. Oh, hang on. Let me get this right. Look at that. Knox is so hyped for his own album that he's breaking microphones. Oh, no. All right, hang on. I got to do this right. Shit. I think I can. Don't worry, bro. Don't worry. There it is. All right. Mic is locked in. Don't worry. I'm not touching it this time. Ding Dong has said this artist is a bit of a legend. Hey, thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you for everyone coming in. Listen, first and foremost, before we dive into this, I want to give a shout out to you guys. Because of you, I made history, and I charted on iTunes for the first time ever. Day one, we went as high as 8. That was crazy. Day one, 24 hours, we sat at 8. That was insane. Then day 2, we kind of dropped down, but we still dropped down to 12. Sat at 12 on day 2. Sat at 12 on day 3. Amazing. Absolutely amazing that me independently, without a big label budget, without, a marketing team, without a stylist, without designers, without advertisers, people paying to get my music out there, radio stations giving me spin, playlists giving me spins, any of that. The only marketing I have is when I figure out how to use social media and get my stuff out there, and you guys spreading it word of mouth. So that's crazy. That is crazy to me that we charted on iTunes with the album. And the way you guys are talking about it, you are loving the album. And I can't tell you how much that means to me. I was very proud of Chaos Theory. I felt like Chaos Theory was kind of, we need to watch this guy now. We need to watch this artist and what he's bringing to the table. And it turned a lot of heads. I feel like Blacklist is a step up even from Chaos Theory. And I'm very proud of Chaos Theory, but I feel like Blacklist just shows us really rounding into form. Whether that's lyrically, whether that's production-wise. I worked with Samad a lot on this album. We did some in-house production, in-house beats as well, which is really dope. We did a lot of customization on this one, which was cool. But I try to stay humble through things, but I really feel like if you listen to Blacklist all the way through, you can't tell me that it doesn't stand up lyrically to anything another independent artist has put out this year. If you want to rank me, if you want to tier me, you want to put me in something, you got to go listen to Blacklist first. That's all I'm going to say, because I stand by it lyrically. I know what I'm at. Some people in the industry have talked to me. Some mods talked to me as well. He said some very kind words. I try to keep a lot of things private. I'm not one to sit here and to brag, but what I will say on this album is that I'm proud of it lyrically. I'm very, very proud of it lyrically, and I feel like, yeah, it stands up to any other artist's work. And I put in a lot of time to get here, a lot of practice, a lot of work, a lot of study, a lot of effort, a lot of trying and failing. But yeah, we're here, and it's crazy. I got to shout out some of you guys, man. Today is about celebrating this and giving you some insight, just some inside stories into what went into some of the songs, some tips. We got some CDs as well. I'll give away a couple CDs. And yeah, just celebrating it with you, the fans. Thank you for being here. Thank you for spending time with me. And yeah, you guys, you light a fire in my heart. You really do. You excite me. You motivate me. You keep me going. Because shit, there's a lot of hate out there. There really is. I get so much hate every day. The more that I grow, the more hate that I get. And I've definitely gotten better as time goes on of trying to block that out. I still have days. We all have bad days, don't we? We all have days when we dwell on just those negative comments and the bad. But it is the messages from you guys that are here right now. You know, the DMs that you send, the comments that you make on here, the ways that you support me and share me on Patreon. It's just, it gets me through so much and motivates me as an artist. So thank you. This album is for you as much as it is for myself and for my family and for my friends and for hip hop and for the culture and the music that I truly love and live, eat, breathe, and sleep every single day. Hey, PJ Angel Hayes, you are amazing. Thank you so much for the $19.99 donation. Much love to you. Hey, Execution, bro, Checkmate is effing fire. I'm very proud of Checkmate. I am very, very, very proud of Checkmate. I feel like we ticked all the boxes, baby. We got a message that I really wanted to get out there, that I really wanted to support. We got crazy production on it, crazy flow switches, Hi-Rez and the truth that he spits, man. And we did a dope-ass video to culminate with it all. I don't care if none of the big reactors are touching it. I'm going to react to it because I'm proud of it. So, no, I think I was literally just having this conversation with my brother-in-law today, and we were talking about, you know, reactors in the community, and I don't put out a release now and expect reactors to hit it. Like I put that on my shoulders. It's on me to get it out there and to promote it. If a reactor hits it, bonus, great, fantastic. But that's not the variables that I measure for success and what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to create this buzz on my own. I'm trying to get to the point where we're so big that reactors do it because they want to tap into the fan base. Not you as an artist want reactors to tap into it because you want to tap into that reactor's fan base. Does that make sense? So, yeah, I don't know. I'm giving you guys just what's going on in my head right now. That's what we're going to do. That's what this time is about, to talk about and to go through. Lucy Tipler, you deserve it so much. Congrats, Knox. Thank you so much, Lucy. I appreciate it. K-Dub175, no one else can decipher the big brain bars. My boy be busting, so he got to do it himself. K-Dub, man. Hey. Said so well. Thank you so much, brother. Justin Ramnadan, loving the new album. Checkmate is one of my favorite. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the love, man. You know what's really cool about this is that I'm getting a lot of different messages from you guys. Like some people like this song, some people like this song, some people are like, when I'm in this mood, I like this song. When I'm in this mood, I like this song. And that to me is what makes a holistic album. You know, I don't want everybody to like the exact same song. I want different songs to speak to you guys on different levels. And I really try to put in a lot of time to having a different journey, you know, having those deeper, thoughtful, melodic songs, having those bar heavy, just rock your head out songs, and everything else in between. Allie, congratulations, buddy. Been watching a while now. There ain't no one better than what you do on YouTube. Keep up the good work. Much love. Hey, thank you, Allie. Thank you so much, brother. Much love to you, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, what are your favorite songs? What are your favorite songs from the album? Let me know. Let me know. Comment in chat. Comment in chat. I'll shout you guys out throughout the day. You guys want to know also, check this out. Check this out. Bam. They are here. They are here and they look good. They look good. Voila. What you think about that? What you think about that? Uh-huh. So, these are signed, well, this one's signed. Signed CDs, signed physical copies, right? I was waiting for this live stream for those of you who are in here to announce this because I haven't posted it anywhere on socials yet. I'm going to give you guys the first opportunity on this, knoxhillmusic.com. We have a collector's edition. I have 2 bonus songs on this. 2 songs that we did not put on the album. And I'll tell you a story about that a little bit later on about why they didn't go on and my conversation with Samad. But yeah, we just, to put it shortly, we just didn't feel like it fit for the flow that we wanted, the way we wanted to connect stuff. So I thought, I'm still proud of these songs. I filmed a music video to one of these songs that I'll drop later on, probably within the new year. So I thought, you know what? We'll give you guys something bonus. So signed physical CDs, knoxhillmusic.com. These two I got with me. I'll give away a few. I'll tell you what. I'll pick 4 of you. I will pick 4 of you at the end of the stream, right? Those of you who have been commenting, I'm keeping an eye on it. I got mods keeping an eye on stuff. I'm keeping an eye on donos as well. I will pick 4 of you, and I will sign it, and I will send it to you. But if you want to go get it yourself as well, knoxhillmusic.com. It's on the website right now. You get 2 bonus tracks. That's 16 tracks, 16-track album, collector's edition. I only have 150 of these made. I only did a run of 150. So once the 150 sells out, it's gone. I wanted to do something very unique and just special. You know what I mean? Like I wanted limited sort of stuff. That's, I want you guys to feel like, yeah, I got something really dope and really cool that not a lot of other people in the world have. So 150, when they're gone, they're gone. If you want to get it, signed CDs, knoxhillmusic.com, physical copies. But I'm going to give away some today as well. I got you guys. I love that artwork, man. Kyle. Good to see you, brother. Hey, Kyle, I hope things are well, man. Kyle's been supporting me for a very long time on Patreon, on here. Kyle is a man. Kyle said, congrats on the new album, brother. Absolutely love it. Thank you, Kyle. The Rookie Critic, excellent, man. Hey, thank you so much for the super chat, brother. Thank you so much. Let me shout out some of you guys as we dive into this. John J. Wait, the entire album is my favorite. Let's go, John. Thank you so much, bro. Thank you so much. What else we got? Let me shout out some of you guys. PJ's Angel Hayes, loving Civil War. Hey, Civil War is that is an MC song. That is like the epitome of the lyricist song on the album. When we just went crazy flows, faster flows, so many switches, so much wordplay, change up in delivery. That was like meant to be just like lyrical acrobatics. That's kind of just a showing off one, but also it's got a good internal story and sort of theme behind it. LKC said, save a copy for me. LKC, always good to see you in here. I hope you're well, LKC. Always appreciate you. I will save you a copy. Let's go. I love to see that visual of the album cover. Yeah, I got you. Alice Sasslin. Number 1, Checkmate. Number 2, Off My Chest. Oh, number 3, You Mad Yet. Those are jams. David Sanders 81, Off My Chest is my favorite. Did you guys like the white privilege skit that really sets up Off My Chest? A lot of people don't know I wrote all those jokes myself, so I'm really good at self-deprecation, apparently. John J, Victory and Off My Chest. Victory I'm most proud of. Victory is something that we produced in-house. Victory was produced in-house. And Victory is kind of a preview of more songs like that will come of in-house production and work. Yeah, I love Victory, man. Robin said, where's Waldo? Oh, man. How you guys feeling? Hey, stop bugging and take a red pill. Put good in the universe. It will come back to you. And you, sir, constantly put out positive energy. Gotta go. Lunch over. Kids coming back for last bits of education before Christmas break. Oh, my God. I know Christmas break. I'm going to have the kids, too. How do we keep them entertained this whole time? It's crazy. Stop bugging, man. Thank you so much for coming through, for showing the love. Rap Monster. I love Victory and Long Way Home. Thank you so much, Rap Monster, for the donation. Long Way Home, I'm going to film a music video for. Long Way Home, we are in the process. I want to put together a visual story for Long Way Home. So we're working on that right now. We're trying to find actors. We're trying to source that because we've got, the first verse and that story we got to tell. We got the second verse and that story that we got to tell. And then my story within the third verse. So it's going to take a bigger budget, which I'm trying to put together. It's going to take a lot more time and a lot of work. But I think that Long Way Home deserves it. Early next week, I'm going to film my second music video, which is I Need Help. That is going to be filmed next week. Hopefully, I can release it within the Christmas period, get it out maybe before New Year's. And then after New Year's, we've got the music video of one of the bonus songs on this bad boy that we will drop. So that's kind of Knox's plan and where we're going right now on things. On top of trying to do all these reactions, Eminem dropped a brand new track with Dre today. Of course, I'm going to react to it. I think that's going to drop tomorrow. I'm just trying to figure out if it's a leak, if we're allowed to react to it, because a lot of times if we react to a leak, we can get copyright strikes. So I'm waiting to see what's happening with that, and you know that's going to happen. Perfect time for Mother's Day. Francis Lau coming through. Francis, can we have I want to give you a hug, a virtual hug, man. Congrats on the new album, Knox. Just ordered my copy from your site. Also, happy early holidays to you and your family. Fire emoji in chat for Francis. Wow, Francis, happy early holidays, man. Thank you. Thank you, Francis. I always appreciate you. Francis has been supporting me for a long time now, man. You're an OG, brother. You really are. The Rookie Critic. I am working on a YouTuber appreciation video on both ERB and you. Oh, me? Thank you. Shining light on channels with talent. Loving your music and breakdowns. Hey, thank you so much. Shout out to Jasmine. Hi. Oh, Jasmine, give me high fives. Thank you for the super chat, Jasmine. I like the work put into the visuals as well. The Rookie Critic. Hey, thank you. Thank you. A lot of work. Listen, the visuals, I am my own marketing team. So if you guys like my designs, like Chaos Theory and stuff, yeah, proud of that. Marketing team. If you like the music videos, music video team. Let's go. Raphael Bajorski. Hey, Knox, nice to see you going forward. Sorry for an absence on your live. Just been busy with life. Hey, man, it happens. Quick question. Does my 10% discount apply to Blacklist? If not, I'm still going to buy it. Love you. Are you on Patreon? Yeah. Raphael, are you still on Patreon? Yeah, it should. It should. If you want to hook it up, go for it, homie. Go for it. PJ's Angel Hayes. Hey, thank you so much for the super chat. Much love to you. Much love to you guys. Wow. You guys are amazing. All right, should we start playing this? John Jay said, I Need Help is my personal favorite. Yeah, we need to start getting through this album, talk about some of the stuff. Let's start off with Hip Hop is Dead. Let's let it play. If you guys have questions that you want to ask me about some of the songs, please feel free to ask me in the moment. This is like a open forum. Really, we'll just kind of go through things, give behind the scenes look, talk about some stuff. I'm not going to try to pause every single time and point out every single bar. I want you guys to catch that. I want reactors to catch it, but some of the more intricate stuff, knowing me, I'll probably stop and point out. But yeah, let's get into it. This is Blacklist.
Yeah. Hey, we just doing something different out here. Small products, large problems, rock bottoms, narcotics, armed robberies, Rottweilers.
Narcotics, armed robberies, Rottweilers. Right? 9-syllable rhyme scheme I start off to open it with. So the first line is 9 syllables, and then I do that where I match the second line, all 9 syllables. MC writing, baby.
Hey, we just doing something different out here. Small products, large problems, rock bottom.
Small products, large problems, rock bottoms. Right? Narcotics, armed robberies, Rottweilers. Start off with that mirroring scheme. You know what? Royce does that a lot on his ciphers that he's been on, like the Shady Cipher and some other ones. And I just love, I've heard a lot of Royce features now, and Royce comes in that way, just rhyming the shit out of everything. And I've kind of taken that to heart now. In a lot of songs, I'm like, all right, you'll see it on Checkmate too. I'll point it out on Checkmate and some of the other ones. I'm like, all right, I'm just going to try to rhyme as much of this line as I possibly can and stack it on top of each other. Yaz Pitton, damn, am I late? Much love, Knox. Hey, thank you so much, Yaz. I saw someone ask a question too about, was it a street player in the video? Yes, it was. We were in DC and we were just getting some B-roll, and there was a dude that was sat there just playing on different buckets for money. And actually what wasn't shown was that this is the beginning of the day before we started filming everything. And I just got up and started freestyling. And I literally was walking around getting topics from the people around me and just freestyling to the dude playing the buckets. And to repay him, we told him we put him in the video. I gave him some money, of course, too. But yeah, we had fun. I just did like a 10-minute freestyle, just sat there performing. And we got some close-ups of him with the buckets, and we just wanted to incorporate that into the video. Hey, Charles Sykes, Grable Hawkins, bro, always fire, nothing but positivity. PS, DMV shows, DMV hangout, hell yeah. Hell yeah, we're going to do some DMV shows. You know that's going to happen. Hey, fellow DMV in the house, let's go.
Yeah. Hey, we just doing something different out here. Small products, large problems, rock bottoms, narcotics, armed robberies, Rottweilers. Welcome to the land of the Godfathers. Let me take you back in where it all started. I was in Jamaica rocking with the dance halls, band jams in thrall with the chant scratch songs that summer. We Cool Herc with the wax on. The Bronx blocks with bomb drops and jams raw. LL was Cool J, Jam Master play the 808s, Grandmaster flash bassed out the bass. Those are days that can't go fitted in gold ropes. My De La Soul with Nike swishes and cold quotes.
Who's a De La Soul fan? You know I had to get that De La Soul reference in there.
Those are days that can't go fitted in gold ropes. My De La Soul with Nike swishes and cold quotes. Like fight the power, we were enemies to public needs in this.
Enemies to public needs, playing off of public enemies. As you see, basically I take, we're walking through a history of hip hop. And what I try to do is I try to pay homage to a lot of the people. And we go in chronological order through the timeline. We start off in the beginning, and the roots of hip hop actually started in Jamaica, right? And then you had Cool Herc and some of the other ones that took it and translated that over into NYC. But it was the dance halls in Jamaica, a lot of the break beats, a lot of that style and that culture. That's what hit. That's what hit Queens. That's what hit BK. That's what hit NYC. And it was taken there, and that's where it flourished and grew. So I thought it was only fitting that I start off in Jamaica on our journey, because we literally start kind of with the origin as it starts to grow. And obviously hip hop just grabbed from so many cultures as it grew, so many different genres of music and inspirations. From jazz, you had people that would take it and mold it with rock, like the Beastie Boys. Just such a great growth in history. So I start there, and we go through shouting out some of the key figures, whether it was from the DJs at the time, the early MCs, going into the 90s. You've got Public Enemy, you've got the rise of the West Coast in that vibe. You have Pac and Biggie, right? And then you have, after Pac and Biggie, rest in peace to them both, you have what's called the bling era of hip hop. And that kind of changes with bling and very material heavy, bragging about those things. But also alongside bling, you had gangster rap still carried strong with 50 and all them. Then you had the movements in the South when it started becoming more regional, to Outkast, ATL shout out. So I just try to go through the different sort of key artists and figures, but also the different time periods and eras of hip hop as we move chronologically through it all. And what I try to do throughout this song is I try to take names, and I have wordplay off of names, so I'm shouting them out, but at the same time, their name also has a double meaning and a double reference to whatever the line is that I'm saying at the time.
Grandmaster flash based out the base. Those are days that can't go fitted in gold ropes. My De La Soul with Nike swishes and cold quotes. Like fight the power, we were enemies to public needs. In the summer, it was iced teas and fuck the police. Dr. Dre was smoking chronic.
Get it? In the summer, it was iced teas. What do you drink in the summer? Iced tea. Trying to stay cool, but also shouting out iced tea. Again, just examples of how I'm shouting out and paying homage to different artists as we're walking through the different time periods and the different eras. Shout out to Dr. Dre's classic album, The Chronic.
In the summer, it was iced teas and fuck the police. Dr. Dre was smoking chronic. Charlie Brown, Snoop was hitting bitches, doggy style in the background.
This switch.
Meanwhile, the era's golden swollen. Pac was rolling, Big was blowing, rap was bad, boy. Pac was shot and he was mad, boy. Made a couple dishes in the lab. Oh Lord, Hail Mary. We lost two.
You hear that classic bell and the sample from Hail Mary. You know what's funny about this song? This was one of the last songs we did on the album. I told Samad that we needed an intro to set it all up. So he gave me the beat, and the original beat was that piano that you hear in the beginning. Shout out to Robin, who said, love the piano at the beginning of Hip Hop is Dead. So a lot of that percussion and piano sample from the beginning, that was just the beat. That's what it was. And I took that and I started rapping from an introductory perspective, like who I am as an MC. And then I was like, no. You know what? There's too much talking about me. I want to talk about the culture that raised me, the culture that gave so much to me. I'm a white kid from PG County. I grew up in a hip hop heavy area. I grew up in a predominantly black area. It's not like I chose hip hop necessarily. Hip hop was everywhere I walked down the street. It was around me. It's what gave so much to me. So I thought it was only fitting that I give back a little bit to hip hop. And instead of talking about me and how great of an MC I am, bragging about wordplay and showing off shit like a lot of people do to start off their album, I do something different. And I pay homage to hip hop and walk through that. So as I wrote this, the beat was different. I wrote all this, and then I recorded it and sent it to Samad. Shout out to Samad, because all these changes now, like you hear the sample when we go talking about Puff and Bad Boy Records and Biggie, and you hear the samples from the 90s hip-hop, and then you hear the Hail Mary homage, and then you hear like the Dear Shady later on. Hi, kids, my name is... All those things Samad did retrospectively. They weren't in the beat at first. So shout out to him, because he then caught on to what I was doing. I talked him through it, and then he went back and was like, yo, we got to change some shit up. Like, since you're paying homage with your lyrics, I'm going to pay homage with my production and my beats as well. And I thought it was just a really cool synergy for this track. And then, obviously, when I pitched the video, I found a local girl in the DMV. Shout out to Lolo, baby. She's up and coming. I wanted to do something with a local PG County artist. So Lolo gave her a shot on this, pitched her the idea, and she just ran with it. And she did a great job paying homage visually as well, and finding different moments from the different eras in different scenes and incorporating that into the video. I mean, yeah, I'm really happy the way all this came together. Can we get some fire emoji in chat, please, for Steve Harris, man? Steven Harris has just donated $120. You are amazing, Steven. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you. Yaz Pitton said, are you going to tour in the future? And thank you for the super chat, Yaz. Yeah, I definitely want to tour. I want to. Would you guys come watch me if I toured? Where are you from? Where should I go tour? All right, let's keep this rolling.
Soldiers, then it all changed. Nah, literally, then it was all bling. We married mainstream, thought that it was all a fling. Then the white boy came and it was all the same. Suddenly rap was backpacking in the cul-de-sacs with skull caps and selling facts. A gangster rap tap middle America, but little Erica, the parents gas. Lindsay dropped it low, but really it was all apparent trap. Music hit the scene, ATL.
One of my favorite bars, and there's quite a few of you that caught that one, the Lindsay Lohan bar. Her breakthrough movie was The Parent Trap. It was all a parent trap. So we talk about trap music again. Remember, we're going through the different things. We went through the bling era, gangster era, West Coast, East Coast rivalry, and then we talk about trap music, right? So it was apparently, APPARENT, right? Apparent trap, but also parent trap music. Lindsay dropped it low because all of a sudden we talk about how the growth of hip-hop really crossed over with Eminem into middle America. Eminem talked about this. You know, all of a sudden you had this white boy break onto the scene, and you had a new audience and a new demographic that could relate to him. And that started launching off of Eminem into other artists and discovering rap music for the first time. And all of a sudden out in the suburbs in middle America, you got Lindsay dropping it low to hip-hop music. So Lindsay dropped it low, but really it was all apparent trap music. It was kind of like a trap to the parents because a lot of parents didn't like it. A lot of picketing, a lot of protesting against Eminem and against rap music.
Lindsay dropped it low, but really it was all apparent trap. Music hit the scene, ATL lit the fluid, a new black movement. From young jocks to Jeezy, young jocks to Weezy. After schools and bump the club hit.
From young jocks, like young jocks as in athletes, but then also shouting out young jock. See, again, just different ways of taking names and playing off of the different doubles for it.
Funny how the outcast loved it. The message of the rebel we could all relate.
One of my favorite groups, one of my favorite artists of all time, Andre 3000 and Outkast. You know I had to squeeze that in there.
But somewhere way along the way, I think we ought to wait. From the pushers, now it's users. Pump Uzi Migos have no trippy bread computers. T-Pain.
From the pushers, now it's users. Because, yeah, you know, it used to be you had this period, Jay-Z, Big Pimpin', American Hustle type of stuff where it was the dealers, right? It was the hustlers. Cassidy, the hustler, right? Different examples of hustlers. And then all of a sudden it's like the scope of the game has changed from that perspective as well into this new era where we're not glorifying the ones who are pushing it, who are making a killing off of this and making a living. We're glorifying the ones now who are doing all the drugs, from the ones pushing it to the ones who are using it now. It's like a glorification of everyone who uses drugs and has issues with it.
From the pushers, now it's users. Pump Uzi Migos have no trippy bread computers. T-Pain changed the game and here we are. From baggy echo fats to skinny fitted tats and litty.
And T-Pain did change the game. When T-Pain introduced auto-tune, that was huge. I mean, T-Pain even he came out and was very sort of vulnerable and kind of regretted auto-tune, he said at one point in one of the interviews, because of what it did to music. And now we hear so much auto-tune being used in rap. And T-Pain was really a pioneer for that in breaking it onto the mainstream. And ever since then, it's really changed the landscape of hip-hop music.
T-Pain changed the game and here we are. From baggy echo fats to skinny fitted tats and litty gas from witty raps and nitty gritty facts. And in the midst of that, I entered Yeah, my type is thin, but I don't really fit in caps. I don't trust control, I alt the views, delete the news and leave your screens froze. Can't alter facts. Take my card, I play my heart, but life don't come with starter packs. You highlighted haters, hate my stock and market cap. Keyboard bench warmers never started rap. Mad at mirrors, but instead you aim at me and knock you back. And somewhere out beneath the trees, I just sit back, tie my threes and think it's my turn to finally spin the track.
What? Oh, Knox needs ad blocker. Actually, I'm kind of getting this, aren't I? We'll let ads play sometimes because I'm getting the money for it. You know, my type is thin, but I don't really fit in caps. Talking about the keyboard warriors, and I play off of that. But also, my type is thin. Like, lyrical rap is thin nowadays. So I walk you through this whole history of hip-hop music and all the different changes and shouting out and paying homage. And then the last few lines are kind of me reflecting now. And somewhere out beneath the trees. Why am I out beneath the trees? Getting away from all these keyboard warriors. I'm not indoors. I'm outside living it. I'm outside experiencing it. And I'm outside looking at the bigger picture, thinking about if it's my turn to spin the track. Tying up my shout out to the Nike 3s, baby Jordan 3s. Lace my 3s and think it's my turn to finally spin the track. You know, take a run around the track, but take a run on the audio track. But yeah, it's kind of, where do I fit in with all this? And that to me is what makes this a introductory track to the album. Because we go through all this, I pay my homage, and then it's like, well, here's the landscape now. And my type doesn't really fit in this place anymore. Do we move forward? Do we change what we do? Well, here we go. And then we continue the journey. Hey, I had a quick question that I wanted to shout out to Ego Toxic, man, who came through. And he said, where'd it go? Do you go back to verses many times to change or tweak generally? Depends on the verse. Like, I have this, just this feeling I get with songs when they're done. And if a song's not done, I can't really explain it. Like, I don't always have the words for what needs to be changed or fixed. I just know that something's not right with the song. And then when I'm finished with a song, I just have like this gut feeling that, yeah, it's good. I don't have to go back and change anything. But there are some verses I'll go back and I'll adjust and I'll keep retweaking and reworking until I get to that point where I feel in my gut that, yeah, this is okay. I'm happy with this. Let's move on from it. It's just, yeah, just this feeling that I get about songs. And it's hard to explain sometimes.
Yeah. Thank you, Samad. You didn't have to put one in the chamber for me. Somebody could get up, yeah. All the Mars to all the cars on all the bonds. Fast like Ramadan, the Yadamar. Make solemn vows, disembody Yad and Hamadan. While I praise the lie, I die slowly. Your mind, solar on my holy enemy.
I'm really proud of that rhyme scheme and how I come in and just play off of all that, man. You know what's really funny about that intro, right before the drums come in? The first time I wrote that, you want to talk about going back and tweaking things, I went really, really fast. Super fast flows with it. Samad hit me up and he's like, something's not sounding right. It's like too much at once. He's like, I think you should slow it down. So then I went back, slowed it down, wrote this and sent it to him. And he was like, oh, holy shit. I wasn't expecting you to do that either. That definitely works. And that's kind of the story of that intro.
Hamadan while I praise the lie, I die slowly. Your mind, solar on my holy enemies anonymous. Don't confuse my confidence with cockiness. I'm cockiness. You copy this, don't copy this. My product is the block. We politic is bigger pock. We see the ops is crooked cops. We come from hoes, but riding drops. And those who ball their ways.
Come from holes, but riding drops. Because a hole is a drop, but also a drop, as in a whip.
Politic is bigger pock. We see the ops is crooked cops. We come from hoes, but riding drops. And those who ball their ways get popped. Don't flash your wrist.
Those who bald, if you're balling out, sometimes it doesn't pay to ball out in these streets to be flashy. They wigs get popped, but also bald wigs.
Wish you watch day. Why they think I'm condescending? These condescending. When your comments mention me, there's consequences. There's Holocaust, reading all the war while I'm sipping Molotovs with the oligarchs of the overlord.
There's Holocaust. Well, I can't even remember my lyrics, but this is another just rhyme sequence when I kind of push the pace and do an odd rhythm, right? I'm dotting in between now. I'm doing sort of bunga-changa with my punches and my schemes.
Holocaust, reading all the war while I'm...
There's Holocaust, like hollow-tip cost, but also the German Holocaust. There's Holocaust, reading Art of War while I'm sipping Molotovs. But see, you can't really sip Molotovs because if you guys know anything about a Molotov cocktail relating to the war and the revolutionary schemes, right?
Molotovs with the oligarchs of the Oval Office.
A little bit of political commentary here. I'll let you guys think through that a little bit more. The oligarchs of the Oval Office.
Leave your carcass in the car with Karl Marx and car exhaust with the windows drawn. Smoke your lungs like Benny Honest. But you wish it was electric, but you've been Amish.
All right, who got that line? Leave your carcass in a car, the car exhaust with the windows drawn. Smoke your lungs like Benny Hannes. Bet you wish it was electric, but you've been Amish. This was inspired by House of Cards. You know the infamous scene where makes it looks like he committed suicide because he puts him in the car, leaves the car running, puts the windows up. What happens when you do that? You leave the car running overnight in a garage. The carbon monoxide starts to build up. So in this case, right, leave your carcass in a car. The car marks the car exhaust with the windows drawn. So you wish it was electric, because if it was electric, then we can't make it look like you committed suicide and you got carbon monoxide poisoning.
Windows drawn, smoke your lungs like Benny Honest. But you wish it was electric, but you've been Amish. Roll the dice.
And obviously the Amish. Bet you wish it was electric, but you've been Amish, because there's a lot of Amish people who do not use electricity. Bet you wish it was electric, but you've been Amish.
Soldier type, the psycho poltergeist, pyro burning mics. Homicidal lines, I'm writing on spines, with viral lines of mine. Alright, I cite a cryptic slice. I'm sick, I spit how quick they fit. But if you catch my shit, the BA locked, I'm over it. Made up my mind, can't waste no time. I try, but I'm over it. I'll be just fine, got to get mine. Can't lie, cause I'm over it. Made up my mind, can't waste no time. I try, but I'm over it. I'll be just fine, got to get mine. Can't lie, cause don't be
Oh, sorry, this is the Bunga Chenga. Da 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 da. Drummer trick right here. And again, these are polyrhythms that I talk about a lot, that I love when I see Eminem use them. When you start just dotting in between the beat, you take an even scheme, 1, 2, 3, 4. You might go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and you just come in with these odd rhythms and pockets. And what's funny about the second verse is I tried to give the second verse to Samad. I gave him the second verse. He heard the first verse. He wrote the hook for it. I'm like, Samad, get on the song with me and Locksmith. And he's like, no, I feel like you got more to say after hearing that first verse. And I was like, all right, fair enough. And I did have more to say.
Track your tactics, tap to maps, your antics, cap the stats on how you act, tax you trick.
Hear that punchy dat da 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 da.
You track, you face the facts, these apps are tapped, and every move you make is now sold. Every single like is now gold. Thinking you online, but you controlled. Even when we hanging up the phone, they still listening. Now every single screen is a prison, and we trick to addiction. Terrorism's misinformation, they bend the hatred, invading all what it.
The new form of terrorism is misinformation, and it's so true. You know, you have Russians hacking our stuff, you have terrorist cells hacking our stuff, and a lot of times the playbook is by the Chinese, by the Russians, to pit us against each other, to have all these bots, you know, share stuff on social media that they know is going to cause division within our country, that's going to make us go after each other. Meanwhile, you have, you know, you don't know what Siri and Alexa are actually listening to and reporting back to on our phones at the same time. And there has been publications and WikiLeaks and examples that the NSA listens to all of the conversations and things that we have. And they have algorithms that listen for keywords and will alert them and pick them out. So, you know, when you're talking and your phone's near you, you don't know who's on the other end. I'm serious.
Debating related cases, they played you and made you say it. Now you arguing the basics with bots to the faceless and an algorithm that changes, it ain't real.
And hence the statement, now you're arguing with bots that are faceless and an algorithm that changes. Because a lot of times you might even get in like a political discussion. You don't realize it's a bot that has set things that it's meant to say that is going to stir up stuff. And they go follow big influencers and big posts. And you'll see the bots and you'll see them posting the same stuff over and over because they just want to stir the pot and really get us fighting one another.
Am I supposed to plead for help? There's no deal. It's cold meals from whole meal. They'll milk your skills for pills and still sell them. Can't dose heal. I've been sick with quills since a featherweight. Now I'm heavy with the weight.
I've been sick with quills since a featherweight. Now I'm heavy with the weight, playing off a featherweight boxing scheme, being a heavyweight, but now I'm heavy with the weight that I carry on my shoulders.
Made up my mind, can't waste no time. I try, but I'm over it. I'll be just fine, got to get mine. Can't lie, cause I'm over it. Made up my mind, can't waste no time. I try, but I'm over it. of this back and forth, back and forth, back with force, past the yours. Feeling the pressure mountain, this mountain, I had to map a course. I had to grab the source, I had to assess and press myself and selfishly gravitate to a master torch. My scorching the competition, they contradictions only push me harder to harvest and follow my own convictions. Known for lyrics, but passion is what I flock to. I expose my soul, if it's soiled, then let it just rot through. God bless the rapper that actually tries to test lock. Talk tough online, but you hiding behind your desktop. Anonymous, cause your comments are anonymous. Common sense to tell me you jealous, that's when the text stops. Living a farce, spitting your gimmicks, your lyrics are sparse. I wasn't digging a march for the rappers who...
Oh, this flow. The thing about Locke is when he goes fast, his just alliteration is so crystal clear. Every single word you hear so well when he comes with these fast flows, man.
Give it all and never pretend. Straight from the soul and I never depend on any person for profit. I only live off what I earn until I ascend. Yeah, I'm over it. Beating up my mind.
Another thing I chose to do when we talked about, I went with the fast flow. On the second verse, I also had some faster flows like locked in on this one. But then I was like, what's the purpose of what I'm trying to do? I want people to follow the message and the real shit that I'm talking about, because this is what relates to Blacklist and kind of one of the main overall themes of the album. It's like being put on a government blacklist for things that you've done, for things that you're saying, because there's a lot of messages on this album pushing you to think about things, to think about what happens in social media, to think about the control, to think about how we're being tracked on social media, how everything we do is being quantified and consumed and being spun towards us, how there are forces out there who want to pit us against one another, who want us arguing and fighting amongst ourselves and not focus on the actual changes that we need to make within our society. So this is touching on a lot of political issues, on social justice issues. There's racial issues that we address later on. There's economic issues, the gap between the rich and the poor. There's quite a few things that I talk on here. Conflict, arms race, arms dealing as well that happens in hip-hop show. So for me, I was like, all right, I'm going to scale back the second verse because Locke kills it with the faster flows in the third. There's no point letting people get lost in the faster flows because that'll make his verse hit even harder. And I will just find unique off-pocket rhythms with the slow flows. I'll show people I can kill it with the slow flows because I know Locke is going to do it with the fast flows. I want them to really follow my message and substance because then they're going to be wowed by his lyrical acrobatics in the third verse. So I thought from an overall song dynamic perspective, that was the way to do it, the way that we approached it and handled it. And that's why we put him last too, because I felt like he just carried it off into the stratosphere. If we would have put him second and then I came back and had slower flows, it wouldn't have worked. I would have had to come in with fast flows like him and done something to match him more, but it just didn't make sense for what I wanted with the song and what the meaning was intended for.
But I earn until I ascend. Yeah, I'm over it.
Hey, shout out to JT Real McCoy, man. Great music and congrats on the album. Patiently waiting on Al Capone versus Blackbeard. Yeah, that's definitely on my list, bro. Definitely. It's going to be one of the next ERBs. Who likes this song? Oh, ads again. I promise I'm getting YouTube Premium tomorrow. One of the things that we did for every track to this album is you notice that they transition into one another. And we wanted this to feel like one complete story and one sort of complete act and vibe. Not having like track one separate from track two. Like sounds in different parts lead into the next song, lead into one another throughout this entire album.
Thank you for everything you never said to me. Everything that I would think sink deep on a brink, lose sleep. But I dream of that piece that I put to your teeth, please. You pleaded, I pulled it. Watched you bleed on these streets that raised me. Brains on the pavement, sprayed in repayment. Fuck you, hip hop, you made me.
Shout out to that singer reactions. He caught the teeth scheme. You pleaded, I pulled it. Right, that I put to your teeth, please. Watch you bleed. But then also playing on like putting the piece to your teeth and pulling it. And in this case, I shoot hip hop. We personify hip-hop on these streets that raised me, and this hip-hop and everything that it gave to me. Fuck you, hip-hop. You made me. And that's kind of a double because, like, you've made me. Like, look at me now in my career and where I'm going. Like, you've literally made me, but also you made me do this because I'm not satisfied with the status of you right now and where we are on things.
On a brink, lose sleep, but I dream of that piece that I put to your teeth, please. You pleaded, I pulled it. Watched you bleed on these streets that raised me. Brains on the pavement, sprayed in repayment. Fuck you, hip-hop. You made me. Lost generation, lost in the cost and the price for the playlist. Little bit of Ritalin, fill it in, feeling ill again. So I fill it with thrilling and delirium. A little more Librium, feel my equilibrium. I'm delirious, no I'm serious. Black on my thoughts, my scars bring pain. These dark lords a big farm, must not be named.
No, I'm serious. Black on my thoughts, and these scars bring pain. These dark lords of big pharma must not be named. Who could go on a drill beat, talk about heavy hip-hop shit, and pull out Harry Potter? I guess Knox can now. Serious, Black, playing off of that. And then Scars, right? The boy who lived, the boy with the scar, Harry Potter. But then these scars bring pain. These dark lords, Dark Lord Voldemort. But he was also he who must not be named. But these dark lords of big pharma, big pharmaceutical companies, who was the ultimate one in the scope for this song and the ultimate issue that I'm talking about, they must not be named a lot of times because they do so much to censor us, to censor the truth from coming out. And there's been more of a movement lately. Shout out to Dope Sick on Disney Plus. I wrote this song before Dope Sick dropped. I think it's really cool that Dope Sick is now dropped because that is a really interesting story telling about these different things that Big Pharma has pulled off. There's an HBO documentary that's very interesting. What is the name of it? I can't think of it right now. The Greatest Crime Against Humanity. Oh, somebody's going to have to help me with that one in the comment section. But it goes through the different things that Big Pharma has done when it comes to painkillers and it comes to Oxycontin and just the different pain-killing medication, how they put slow-release capsules on it, convinced the FDA that it was safe even though it was incredibly addicting, paid doctors to promote it, gave doctors commissions for writing prescriptions on it, literally bribed FDA officials to approve it. This is all documented. Paid actors to dress up as doctors and pretend to be doctors and film commercials as if doctors were telling you it was okay to do. So many things that I wanted to kind of touch on and deal with here with Big Pharma and the epidemic that we're still dealing with to this day because this shit's all still out there and it's incredibly addictive and dangerous.
Delirious, no I'm serious. Black on my thoughts, my scars bring pain. These dark lords of big pharma must not be named. Ring a ring around his roses. Smile pretty till the thorn exposes. It's all crowns for the crown deposes. And these downs exposed hoes in our soldiers. These souls at war regicide the culture. Rest in peace, young kings, Mac and Juice.
Who said it? Robin. Exactly. Robin just said slow release are just as easy to abuse as instant release. Exactly.
999 was the devil flip round, but he got looked down.
Shout out to Juice WRLD. And I wanted to take Mac and Juice, to paying homage to them, but at the same time, we talk about painkillers and dealing with drugs and addiction, and they both fell victim to that. So I wanted to incorporate them into this song as well. So you still have that theme of paying homage, but also still relating to Big Pharma and who we're going after. 999, Juice WRLD 999 was the devil flip round from 666. But if the devil got flipped round, did God up there get flipped round? And is he looking down on this right now? What does he think of it all?
I've been thinking, I think too much. I've been thinking, I think too much. Maybe. But is it enough? The devil's in my ear and I fear.
There it is. I'm thirsty but not for water. The crime of the century. Thank you. Very good HBO documentary. If you guys like this song and want to explore some more of the issues that are related to this song, I highly recommend The Crime of the Century. Very interesting documentary, just walking you through a lot of this stuff.
Been touched, I fear what I've done, but I set plays. These nights when I'm bored, raise a piece and I test fate. Checkmate.
And I set plays. These nights when I'm bored, raise the piece and I test fate. Right? Raise the piece and I test fate. Because again, I mean, you look at what these drugs do to your brain chemistry, and we're kind of on the edge here, and we're playing with a loaded gun essentially with these pills. And the second that we take these painkillers, but also you relate to the chess game because it's already over. We think we're in this game, but it's already checkmate on us before we even started. These nights when I'm bored, BORED versus BOARD, like a chessboard. Night, as in a chess night, KNIGHT versus nighttime. NIGHT. Nights when I'm bored, raise the piece, chess piece to this piece, and I test fate. Checkmate.
Rez,
Shout out to
No
Rez.
trust for Hollywood, no trust for the government. Hip hop was in love with it. These celebrities and these actors and these ball players, they on some sucker shit. I don't trust these labels, I don't trust these suits. They all be summoning the devil on my rubber with a cause. Ain't nobody stopping it. Shout out to the homie Knox Hill. I ain't really trusting Fort Knox. They tell us that a dollar backed by gold. The sheep are so brainwashed. I'm a lion in the herd. Never.
The dollar has gone off the gold standard for a long time now.
And that's my word. Mothers are crying, children are dying. We blaming each other, that's absurd. They got chemicals in what you eat. Our taxes never fix the streets. They finally taxing on the marijuana. People doing life in some weed. Justice system ain't just. Listen to the cancer mob, that's a must. There ain't no one that we could trust except God is the only one. These politicians always lobbying for policies that are obviously benefiting all the stockholders, screaming global warming and economy. Diseases make more than a cure.
Disease will make more than the cure. That is one of the hardest hitting lines for me that I've heard of all time, man. And it's so true. Shout out to Ray R. Gotta say, I lost track already how many times I lost to the album. I Can't Breathe is one of my top 3 songs I replay often. Thanks for everything you've done, Knox. Ray, thank you for the $50 donation. Please, fire emoji in chat for Ray. Thank you so much, Ray. Shout out to Rez. The thing I love about Rez's verse, he's got so many really good one-liners. And this is a very educated, very informed man who's a free thinker and really goes and does research and finds facts and thinks about things himself. And he just touches on so many different issues within our society, but so cleverly dots through a lot of them within just one. It just takes him 1 or 2 bars to make very impactful statements on the different issues that he wants to discuss. Very clever writing and the truth spoken from Rez.
Only one. These politicians always lobbying for policies that are obviously benefiting all the stockholders, screaming global warming and economy. Diseases make more than a cure. Sugar leaking out the pores.
I really like that line too, and he talked about it a little bit earlier as well. Sugar leaking out the pores, because again, I mean, those of you living in other countries, you'll know this when you travel to the States, and me being lucky enough to travel abroad to play soccer abroad, coming back, you notice it. You notice how sugary American food is, and like the American palate. And sugar is very, very addictive. It's a very addictive substance, and a lot of our food is laced with saturated fats, monosaccharide, just so much sugar, fats, so many things that are not really that healthy for us and aren't that good for us. And you don't need sugar to add flavor to stuff. There's plenty of other creative ways that you can come up with flavors, and a lot of countries realize that and do it. But one thing you definitely notice as an outsider when you come to America and you have American foods, and we don't always notice it because this is what we grew up on, but generally our foods are sweeter, and they are just laced with just so much more artificial stuff that we don't actually need and is not good for us. And a lot of stuff has preservatives too. And you think about it, what's a preservative do? It's meant to keep food, keep it fresh, but for periods of time that food is not supposed to still be fresh, these preservatives, and they're artificially created. Think about a preservative going into your stomach. Think about how much longer that takes for your stomach to break down because it's a preservative, right? Love some of Rez touching upon that. Maybe I'll do something more with that later on in another song. Hey, Jasmine, one of my favorite songs in the album. Thank you so much, Jazz. Really appreciate it.
Policies that are obviously benefiting all the stockholders, screaming global warming and economy. Diseases make more than a cure. Sugar leaking out the pores. They want you docile and poor. Third eye open since I was born.
What a great one. Hey, Miles, man. I had overcome many addictions. Sugar is the toughest one to beat. It's so true. It's so true.
I think too much. I've been thinking. I think too much. Maybe.
Shout out to Samad for this one. I've been thinking, I think too much. I've been thinking, I think too much. If you guys listen to it with headphones, you'll catch it more. He moves that mix all over the place, which I think is so cool because it's like the internal dialogue going on within our own heads. Devin Brown, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you, Devin. Thanks for many hours of entertainment you've given us. New album is dope. You deserve to make it big. Thank you, Devin. I really do appreciate those words, man. I'm really glad this album is paying off and all the hard work is starting to be noticed.
But is it enough? The devil's in my ear and I fear I've been touched. I fear what I've done, but I set plays. These nights when I'm bored, race a piece and I test fate. Checkmate.
I left the gun cock in the music video. It is not in the streaming version or the download version because I wanted it in the first hook. I didn't want it in the second hook because I wanted to play off what is reality and what isn't reality. And it's just like a little Easter egg that I put in because you would expect it to go there and it's not there. And are we too drugged up at this point in time that we can't even process our surroundings? Was it ever there in the first place? Am I thinking too deeply when I did that? Maybe, probably. But anyways, that was my thought process in it.
A nation addicted to painkillers, plantations enlisted with pain dealers.
A nation addicted to painkillers, plantations enlisted with pain dealers. 10 syllables. First line, 10 syllables. Second line, 10 syllables. I rhymed the entire lines again. And I did it for the next line as well. So we went 10, 10, 10. Line that bitch up when you color code it, baby.
A nation addicted to painkillers, plantations enlisted with pain dealers. See the gameplay with new slave dealers. Embrace it their way, so I paint pictures, but they got me addicted to paint thinner.
Was it that singer? I think he pointed this one out too, man. Right? Enrage at their ways, so I paint pictures, but they got me addicted to paint thinner. Because the stuff that we're getting addicted on, it's like the equivalent of being addicted to paint thinner. Just the toxicity of it. You know, it's just, it tastes like paint thinner. It's awful for you, right? But if you think about it, what does paint thinner do? Paint thinner, thinning a paint, thinning the quality, the fullness of a paint thinner, right? How can I paint pictures if I'm addicted to paint thinner? If they're already limiting the pictures that I can paint because I'm addicted to the substance that limits the pictures that I'm painting.
Down, settle down, devil's rounds, let them frown and set them up with soap, helping sedatives so you settle in the ground. They're selling you downs while they set a new highs, while these officials get paid on the slide. Write all the laws that are made from these bribes. Devil's act is activating white coats, set up tactics fast.
Actually, that flow, I gotta shout out Tom on that one. I learned that one from him. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da slide. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I've heard Tom do that a couple times. I think it stuck with me when I did this one.
Settle in the ground. They're selling you downs while they set a new highs, while these officials get paid on the slide. Write all the laws that are made from these bribes. Devil's act is activating white coats, set up tactics fascinating our throats, pushing narcos, Pablos, dosing oxyco.
Pushing Narcos, Pablos, Dos and Oxyco. Shout out to Narcos. I really love the Narcos series, right? But there's a new form of drug dealer, a new form of cartel. Big Pharma. In relation with the FDA. In relation with the middlemen of doctors who prescribe it and give it to us. And this flow right here, the O to O to O to O, this is another example of a polyrhythm, guys, when, you know, the production and the percussion is hitting it even, and I come through with odds, dot, 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 and I just dot it in between these percussive schemes and have just a really odd, funky rhythm here.
Ground. They're selling you downs while they set a new highs, while these officials get paid on the slide. Write all the laws that are made from these bribes. Devil's act is activating white coats, set up tactics fascinating our throats, pushing our...
Oh yeah, I forgot that I made those rhyme too, didn't I?
They're selling you downs while they set a new highs, while these officials get paid on the slide. Write all the laws that are made from these bribes. Devil's act is activating white coats.
Devil's actors activate in white coats. Set up tactics fascinate in our throats. Yeah, I did another 10-syllable rhyme scheme there where I make it all rhyme and all line up with each other.
Tactics fascinating our throats, pushing narcos, Pablos, dosing oxyco until we choke, but we're too dope to even know we're feeling, so we hold our nose, they hold our dough, and we go dive into the lows like, whoa, whoa, Purdue Pharma, in assist, they twist descriptions, pay the doctors to list prescriptions, create this opera while the FDA orchestrates it all. We're really just pawns. Checkmate.
With Printful, launching your online store is as easy as it gets. Create amazing designs with our free mockup generator.
And there it is. That's where I tie it all together. We're really just pawns. Checkmate. And we didn't plan for it in the video, but what I thought was really cool when we did the video was, I took the king and I dropped it right in front of the camera and I said checkmate and walked off camera, and it was one of those moments that we improvised, but we're like, that is the end of the video. That is just perfect visually for matching up with the statement and what I'm saying right there. That was Checkmate. I'm really proud of that song. I really encourage you guys, if you're like, wow, what is this message that he's speaking about, to go find out more information on it. Again, Dope Sick is a good series that's out about it. The Greatest Crime on HBO, the documentary, is another good series to inform yourselves on it too. And if you want to go play drug dealer, go watch Breaking Bad or Narcos, because those are just fun series to watch as well. Anyway, shout out to you guys, man. Let's keep the good times rolling on this. Oh, hang on. You know what I wanted to do super quickly? Hey, Boss Lady D, can you do me a favor since you're the mod that I see? Can you type in www.knoxhillmusic.com and just do it now. Just put it in chat because someone was just asking where can I go buy the physical copy of the CD. Again, I'll plug this quickly. I'm giving away a few of these. I'm keeping an eye on chats. I already have some people in mind to give this away to that I see. Thank you guys for participating. But if you want to go get yours, I only have 150 copies of these. Collector's edition, an extra 2 songs on them. knoxhillmusic.com. I will sign them. I will sign them, and we will get you these Blacklist physical albums. You guys wanted this. I've listened to you. I've delivered. Let's do Civil War now.
Been called a lot of things, but I never been a sellout. You well out, check out. You cap with a point of hat, got him spell, get the yell out. Expelliarmus, I'm a Nostradamus, burning open comments, broke the phonics. If you hope for knowledge, get the rope and some comments.
There is just way too many bars and wordplay in this. I'm still gonna leave this one for a reactor to do one day, or me to break this down myself on Genius or something. But I'll let you guys try to catch all this. Too much with this one. Too much with this one. We're just gonna enjoy this, and I'll talk about the production.
Prophets, let me roll Muhammad. Bars broke the bondage I'm sent. Bodies missing when I'm rapping on this rap. You hung over on the day after. Wait a minute, paint a picture for these sinners. What you thought that I would end here now? Put a couple comments on the bank account. I go anemic on the balance when I blank it now. I bank the pounds, I'm cashing out. Hear what you rap about. Tactics well, I black them out. The rapper rip, I rap around. I rip these rappers, hatchet out. The bad boys back, they whine while I get the casket out. Okay, Knox, you a bad boy, chill. Till they ride home like a bad boy, chill. Know your bad boys got.
The one bar I will point out is, okay, Knox, you a bad boy, chill, till they run home like a bat boy, right? Because what does a bat boy do? He runs the home plate and he collects a bat and runs back.
Get out. Okay, Knox, you a bad boy, chill. Till they ride home like a bad boy, chill. Know your bad boys got skills, back like Will Smith and Wesson, the weapon applying pressure.
Back like Will Smith and Wesson. Back like Will Smith. So Smith and Wesson applying the pressure. Smith and Wesson, gunmaker, but also Will Smith, the actor from Bad Boys. Great movie.
Letters and ledger spenders impressive. You at the precipice of predicates, but why you always using controversy to grow? We all know that line. You reap what you sow, but you had to go and cross it like Jesus, where'd you go? Some called you a snake in the weeds, moving slow, and we know you were lame with the beat you done stole. You done made your own shade, but the heat is your own feel the toll. Well, my intention was different. I hate no business on mentions. I pay my penance and critics. Should I repent for these lyrics? Ain't nobody give me shit. How many features I've been on, but I still gave back. How many features on my songs? Like I'm taking from your plate, you've been feeding me wrong.
So true. Still, this is me taking some of the critique that I've gotten over the past year, criticism, situations that I've been in, and personifying that and being those different critiques and addressing it against myself. So whether that's actual other people critiquing me or whether that's my own inner voice critiquing me that you see played upon throughout the Civil War music video. There's different personalities, different aspects of my mind and psychology that are at war with themselves, hence the name Civil War, and this internal dialogue and battle going on in the back and forth between myself. And I still stand by it to this day, right? We have built this ourselves. Thanks to you guys, Knox Nation. How many features have I been on? Think about it. How many artists on this platform have I put on for? Whether that's doing reactions, whether that is doing songs with them. From all the battle sessions that I've done, the cypher I put together, all the features that I've put on. You cannot tell me that I am not putting on for this platform. You cannot tell me that I am not trying to support my fellow independent artists in this community, right? And when I wrote this at the time, I've come to more peace with it, but that's why we have music to express ourselves. So I'm going to break down how I felt at the time when I wrote this. Obviously, since then, I've reflected. I've got it off of my chest. I feel better about this. It's not something I'm worried about. But at the time, yeah, I was getting pretty annoyed and pissed off. It's like, man, I'm always putting on for people, always putting on. And is nobody ever going to like reach out and go, hey, I want you on one of my songs. Thanks for doing that for me. I'm going to put you on something for me now. You know? I mean, it did. It annoyed me because it's like you want to critique me. You always want to throw shade at me and criticize me when something goes wrong with me. You want to just overlook all the positives that I do. But at the same time, you know, walk the walk. If you're going to talk the talk with me, what are you doing to put on for the community? What are you doing to give back?
So, well, my intention was different. I hate no business on mentions. I pay my penance and critics. Should I repent for these lyrics? Ain't nobody give me shit. How many features I've been on, but I still gave back. How many features on my songs? Like I'm taking from your plate, you've been feeding me wrong. I've been living that life, telling everyone I'm alright. They don't want to.
Clever, Miles. Miles made another connection and the other meaning of Blacklist. I talked about the government side of things in that Blacklist. Miles, good comment, Miles. Blacklist is an appropriate title. Yep, that's the other meaning for the title for Blacklist.
They just wanna see me lie, give my mind. I just go back and forth, back and hoes. My mind blows, they want war, oh no. Be careful what you wish for. I don't little sucker, I don't rob with motherfuckers. We just ride on motherfuckers, leave you lying in the gutter. Homicidal till I put my hand up on the Bible. I confess that I've been vile. I know I see trials, but my sentences are now. Check my file, got flow, crocodiles, cold-blooded. Check my vitals. If you lying, you alive, but take a rifle to your body on an hour while you eat by reptiles. And that's me up on a good day. Don't ask, know that my class, no pass, no gas, no caps. I ain't grizzly, but I blow back, flow bad.
No pass, no gas, no caps. Like a gas cap, but also no caps. There's no line over here. And I gave Grizzy Hendrix a little shout out because Grizzy Hendrix always speaks in capital letters, playing off of the caps.
Stick it on the cold tab, wait a minute, task froze, cold snap, hold that nose when I blow like a broke nose, Kodak get big. Flick it, I'm wicked, I pick on the dig it, I dig in there, pick it, go.
Flick it, I'm wicked, I pick on the bigot, I dig in there, pick it, go figure.
Snap, hold that nose when I
like that flow.
Like a broke nose, Kodak get big. Flick it, I'm wicked, I pick on the dig it, I dig in there, pick it, go figure. I pick up the quickest spitters, licking my ticket to tip. As a hollow tip, yes I know. Hope that they follow this. Roll trees, green like an ecologist. I don't need a gynecologist to show me where that pussy at. Tell them swallow this, stop the drip, God forbid. You think that you're on my plane? Flight check, let me take it, put that on my name. Your wings made a chicken, my wings made a plane, special play. To the gossip on gospel apostles, God's gloss.
We had so much fun at this video, man. When I put on the preacher outfit and I went preacher, priest, Knox for everybody. Oh, I was getting clowned so hard on set for this.
Verses like cockerel Sunday service in the church while I'm cocking and saucing. What up? But hey, Knox, can you be more humble? Maybe you're a dick, trip on humps and stumble, making us uncomfortable. Like girls walking in, meet Mr. Huxtable. You walking up a cliff, these cancel clicks are coming for you, fool. Damn, why can't you be better?
Cliff Huxtable. Who played Cliff Huxtable? These cancel clicks are coming for you. You walking off of cliffs, walking off of the proverbial cliff, but also Cliff Huxtable, Cosby. We all know the horrendous things that he did.
Look up to you, but then you let us. Down you upset her, but you never let up with these letters. So we question if you get it. It's a setup for the cheddar. Your legends are the measure of a man who is flawed. There's no question, but the lesson is what you gonna do about it. You gonna own up to it, you gonna go around it. But no matter what you do, they gonna say, oh, what's the clout, bitch? Okay, that's it.
JT Hustle said your cadence improving a lot. Thanks a lot, man. One thing I'm proud of, if you listen to this album in its entirety, like Hip Hop Show versus Civil War versus Over It, very different cadences and voices that I use and that I try to find for each one. Definitely a lot of different vocal qualities that I found within my voice that I've been experimenting with and trying with throughout. And I feel like this album reflects a lot of that. There's definitely a lot of vocal changes and a lot of switch ups to keep it interesting and to keep it very different and diversified.
Back to the women and bitches, material living and spending and numbing my feelings. Done with these ailments instead of gunning these critics with lyrics. Fuck that in the speech, let me stand for something.
This is one of my personal favorite lines right here.
But no matter what you do, they gonna say, oh, what's the clout, bitch?
Okay, that's it. Back to the women and bitches, material living and spending and number my feelings. Done with these ailments instead of gunning these critics with lyrics. Fuck that in the speech. So for a moment there, I was like, all right, you know what? Fuck it. You guys want to hate on me? I'll become what you really hate. You know, back to the women and bitches, material living and spending. Back to just making senseless hip hop music that just bounces. You know, why do I sit here and keep representing music with a substance if it's not getting heard, if it's not getting listened to? Why do I keep doing this lyrical shit if nobody cares and I just get clowned for it, right? So I have like a few bars where I'm like, all right, back to all this then. You want me to go back to that life and that style? Sure. And then I'm like, nah, fuck that. Let me stand for something. This for all the kids who were handed nothing. I work my ass off and I plan to come up stands and come and can stand you front us. Hang the phone up because these lines ain't playing for you.
Material living and spending and numbing my feelings. Done with these ailments instead of gunning these critics with lyrics. Fuck that in the speech, let me stand for something. It's for all the kids who are handed nothing. I work my ass off and I plan to come up stands and come and can stand you front us. Hang the phone up because these lines ain't playing for you.
Collect call.
Hated number 9. Always hung up on the bars and the rhymes. Instead of looking at the message to the scars and the lines. Repertoires in my mind are so dark what I find. Yes, I ball for the shine, but it's hard when they telling you to start from the bump. Mr. Knox, we knock. If you so hard to knock, then won't you box and beat the blocks you rock? Are you a man and not, huh? See the comments like, where's this rapper? How go Chernobyl? Test this react.
Oh, I get that. You title your stuff Rapper Reacts and it's like, where's the rapper? You know, I've probably seen about 100 of those throughout my time here on YouTube. Someone thinks that they're clever, like, oh, who's the real rapper involved reacting to this music? I see the comments like, where's the rapper? I go Chernobyl, test this reactor. We all know that Chernobyl did not end well in that reactor, so I could go off like a nuclear reaction, but also playing off of me being a reactor as well.
Blocks you rock, are you a man and not, huh? See the comments like, where's this rapper? I go Chernobyl, test this reactor. I dislike the haters, let me spell it backwards, I'm tails. Here, hold this L, bitch, I'm in. Give them hell.
I spell it backwards. I'm Till. What is Till spelled backwards? Lit. Till backwards is lit. And then I go, hang on a second, hold this L because I'm it. It's my time. I'm here now. Take this L, take this loss. We're spelling bees now.
Flex the haters, let me spell it backwards, I'm Till. Yeah, hold this L, bitch, I'm it. Give them hell, bitch, I'm Bill Skarsgård when I spit. I see these rappers every eve, I'm at 'em. Let me tease the apple, I stick this pen in they ribs.
Every eve, I'm Adam. Yeah, M's done that one too.
You know I'm just kidding, right?
Oh, this song. That's a really cool piano. That's smooth. This piano's cool too.
I stay away from beaches. Fuck my peers disappear.
I mean, Civil War came out early in the year. You Mad Jet came out early in the year. I was definitely very pissed off. Knox and Off My Chest also came out earlier. You got some very pissed off Knox songs just dealing with hate, critique from fellow peers, critique from trolls. You know, my way of dealing with it is using music as my outlet. I stay away from beaches because what's by a beach? Peers. But also at this time and how I was feeling, it's like, fuck my peers. I give a shit what any of them are doing right now. I'm going to focus on me and my shit.
I stay away from beaches. Fuck my peers disappear. I'm one step away from evil. In the mirror, I don't care. If you say that I am tone deaf, say it clear, cut your ears. People heard that I am up next.
You say that I am tone deaf, say it clear, cut your ears off. Then let's see if you call me tone deaf. Bianca Colsea, you killed it, Knox. Greetings from Romania. Hey, thank you so much, Bianca. Isn't it funny how music just puts you in the moods? I'm ready to go punch something right now.
Clear, I am here. Please don't take offenses, cause I'm gonna get offensive. Only care I'll ever show is when I put you in intensive. I'm the bad guy for you. My feature price expensive. Cut that bull when I'm in the pen. Dog, I'm swinging for the fences. Instead,
cut that bull when I'm in the pen. Bullpen swinging for the fences. Little baseball scheme.
I am the beast that ace cancel me. Granted, he is handsome with the bread, but underneath way up.
I really like this flow I did here.
For you, my feature price expensive.
Ready.
Cut that bull when I'm in the pen. Dog, I'm swinging for the fences. Insanity, I am the beast that ace cancel me. Granted, he is handsome with the bread, but underneath way under feet, I cannot see the soul.
Hansel and Gretel with the bread, baby. Underneath, way under feet, I cannot see the soul. I cannot see the soul of the man if he just focuses on the mainstream material things.
Been degrees like the holes in the ozone, up in the heat like holes in the snow globe. You raise your piece, get froze, check the logo. KH kill haters, cold and darks, patience when I'm stuck in praise surveillance. Watch my patience, take your plate right off the table. Tell them wait here, waiters waiting in my water. Fishy rappers hate the cadence, is a tip. When I drop down, you know it's time for praise. Think I need a moment, man, I'm zoned out. Carmelo back in college, man, I'm zoned.
For me personally, what really marks this one is the flows. Just very smooth riding of the beat and flows throughout this one. This is a vibe, isn't it? This is one of those you nod your head and you vibe to. It puts you in a zone. Zoned out. Carmelo back in college. Why? Carmelo Anthony played for Syracuse Orangemen. What is Syracuse notorious for? Their zone 2-3 defense that they have played for many, many years. Basketball bars on that one, baby. Playing off of being zoned out, just in my zone on this track. Ding dong, you're really one of a kind. Thank you. Hey, thank you so much, man. Really appreciate the donation, as always, brother. Man, you're with everything. Didn't you start with BTS and you've just expanded? Like, you comment on so many of my reactions now. Whenever I release music, you're here too. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Go and tell those haters, put the phone down. I'm borrowing when I sell it, get your phone out. Think I need a moment, man, I'm zoned out. Carmelo back in college, man, I'm zoned out. Go and tell those haters, put the phone down. I'm borrowing when I sell it, get your phone out. People love to put me in a box with a label. Horse with me and you'll be in a box. Are you stable? I'm ill-equipped to mentally deal with shit, so my mental's ill. I need pills past the beat, that's my refill.
This flow.
These spits don't heal. The sickest psychopathic spit, the wicked villain. Fucked up with it like a tuna in a newborn every morning, cause mom's away and dad's an alcoholic. Lot to take, they operators like an...
The sickest psychopathic spitter. That was me really practice. Like, you know, when we rap, like when we talk, we'll let things flow, won't we? And then sometimes when you rap, you know, you'll focus and you want to punch certain words. And I went, hang on, what if I punched and really focused in on my syllabants for literally every single syllable? I don't know. It's just like a different switch on mentally to make that flow work. The sickest psychopathic spitter, wicked villain, fucked up with it. Like you're really, really hitting harshly those initial consonants to make that flow work. And what was it? It was Gone and Tech. Tech does it sometimes, and Gone's really good when he gets into like those faster flows, but he really gets super punchy with some of those rhythms and flows, and that kind of inspired and led to this one, and that's why Gone gets a shout out on this song too.
I refill no cat, these spits don't heal the sickest psychopathic spit, the wicked villain fucked up with it like a tumor in a newborn every morning, cause mom's away and dad's an alcoholic, lot to take, they operators like an opera wave, you want to scream but no one hears you. How can I move forward when the green light's in my rear view, meaning that I ran this red light, shout to Gone, who I am near to.
And then I also shout out our song together, Red Lights, right? But I'm Gone in this case, Gone on the track. Hey, shout out to Gonzo Areas, no Fox given. Blacklist is fire, can't stay work, but had to stop in to support. Say what's up from Hawaii. Hey, what's up, bro? Also, how to support without YouTube taking a percentage. Bro, you can donate directly, the link at the top, or just go to knoxhillmusic.com, bro. Go order the album. Get something physical from supporting. Go get yourself a signed album, brother. But thank you so much for the donation and the love. Shout out to you in Hawaii, man. Love you.
Headlights like a deer too near to the side of the road. My eyes are closed, I need a break, but I cut the cable. Think I need a moment, man, I'm zoned out. Carmelo back in college, man, I'm zoned out. Going to
Oh, sorry. One of my favorite wordplay lines. I need a break, but I cut the cable. The brake cable, cutting it. Playing off of the red lights in the car scheme. But also, like, I really need a break, but something in me won't let me slow down. And this song's so appropriate because I released Chaos Theory, and the week before Chaos Theory was set to release, I started working on this song. You know, most people release an album, and then they promote it, they enjoy it, and they come back and start thinking about their next album months later. I started working on the next album before I released Chaos Theory. I need a break, but I cut the cable. I don't know how to stop. I'm a workaholic. And you know that I'm already working on the next album while we're sat here promoting Blacklist, and I just had a long talk about what the next album is going to entail and kind of what we're planning for it. And we've already started on one of the songs, so.
Man, I'm zoned out. Carmelo back in college, man, I'm zoned out. Go and tell those haters, put the phone down. I'm borrowing when I sell it, get your phone out. Think I need a moment, man, I'm zoned out. Carmelo back in college, man, I'm zoned out. Go and tell those haters, put the phone down. I'm borrowing when I sell it, get your phone out. Let's be clear, I am not a battle rapper, but I've been at war for years with the man up in the mirror. See that picture there? That is fear. Always near, but never here. I tell them, wait outside, I got my daughters in the room. They need me more than I need me, so I give them my better me, and then I write what is left in me, and you get what is worse.
I mean, I feel like that. You know, I said it best there through the poetry of music, man, but I give my kids my best, my very best, and unfortunately for you guys, you get what's left in the tank. You know, they get all the good stuff and the positive vibes, and with songs like this, you get the sludge and the dark shit and all the crap I'm going through. That's what you guys get and have to deal with, because I give them my best self.
Me more than I need me, so I give them my better.
Parents can relate.
Me, and then I write what is left in me, and you get what is worse. Fill up hearses in each verse. Been a church, it never works. What's this flow? It does not serve. How can I start? I need reserves. Stinking, I'm thinking of drinking this weekend and taking a swig as I sink in it deep. And I go in this booth and I'm thinking of Jesus. I wanna believe him, but I cannot see him. I know I am blessed, but I cannot believe it. The fan base is growing, but still I can't see him. We high, no seasons. Murder beats, no reasons. Educated in the art of war.
Like that fast flow.
That third degree, leading sheep into the slaughter. If they never heard of me, don't circle me, throw dirt on me. And if you meant it purposefully, I take my finger next to my index and hold it up. Sorry, think I need a moment, man, I'm zoned out. Carmelo back in college, man, I'm zoned out. Go and tell those haters, put the phone down. I'm borrowing when I sell it, get your phone out. Think I need a moment, man, I'm zoned out. Carmelo back in college, man, I'm zoned out. Go and tell those haters, put the phone down. I'm borrowing when I sell it, get your phone out.
Where the hell am I? Why do I have a ticket?
And then we lead into the skit.
I'm Sir Richard Branson, and I'm founder of Virgin Voyages.
And I'm Ryan Reynolds, owner of...
Next, please, number
Who enjoyed this skit? Comment now. Interesting question that Miles asked, so I'll answer that quickly. Knox, is your wife a fan of your music? Not all of it, Miles. Not all of it. Because of our girls, she prefers the songs where I don't curse, so I'm trying to do some more of those. I mean, also, you know, the me that she gets to see and the me that I am with her isn't always the same artist that you guys get on the track. Again, it's a case of they get my best self, and you guys get what's worse, and you get the issues that are really conflicted about, and you get my past, my present, and my future, where they get my present tense, don't they? And I've been through some shit in my past and some things that I have to express and go through, and it's one thing when I talk about it with her, it's another when I put it onto the track and deal with it, and she doesn't always like that I do that and put certain things out in the mental health side of things and stuff. So yeah, it just depends. She supports me. She supports me a hell of a lot. The reason that I can do this live stream, because she watches our daughters, same with the weekends, and so much behind the scenes that she supports and helps me deal with. But no, she doesn't like every song, and I like it that way, because she's not a yes man, that's for sure. She keeps me on my toes, and she's definitely my balancing point. She's a very good balance, and one that I need a lot more times than even I realize and appreciate.
Next, please.
Shout out to Yaz. She said, love your passion. Can't wait to listen to the whole album. It's fire. Can't stay. Got to be somewhere soon. Congrats, Knox. Hey, thank you so much for the flowers, Yaz. Take care. Thanks for checking in and being here all this time.
Number 1205.
What is this place?
1205. Anyone? Sir, is that you?
Oh shit, it is. Oh, my bad, man.
Look at this candy ass Ritz cracker eating Tom Brady privileged Tom Cruise looking motherfucker, dude.
Hi there.
Good afternoon, sir. How can I help you, man?
Yeah, you could tell me where the hell I am?
The DMV, sir.
But there's no lines here.
Yeah, we made some upgrades, man. Can
I did giggle when I wrote that joke. I gave myself a little pat on the back, because I hate the lines at the DMV. So I hope one day they make upgrades.
The DMV, sir.
But there's no lines here.
Yeah, we made some upgrades, man. Can I have your ticket, please?
Sure, here you go.
Let's see. Mr. Hill. Looks like you're here to pick up your white privilege card today.
What? My white privilege, what?
Your white privilege card, sir. It's pretty obvious it's what you're here for.
Wait, is this some kind of joke or something?
No joke, sir. You are Mr. Knox Hill, right?
Yeah, that's me.
Unsigned rapper, marginal talent, Malibu's most wanted looking motherfucker. Yeah, no, you definitely qualify. I'm just pulling up your discography now. Yeah, no. Wait a minute. Yeah, no, we have an issue here. Sir, can you stand over here real quick?
What's going on now? Hey.
Sir, I'm gonna have to ask you to put your hands up. Don't make any such.
You know what took a lot longer than I appreciated? All the little sound effects and background noises that I either made and recorded on the mic, or that I had to go out and find and sample to bring this skit together. Because, you want to feel like you're there in the moment in time with this skit. But what you don't appreciate is all like the sound folio that goes behind it that you have to put together. I thought this skit I could crank through. I wrote it. I sent it to Todd. He agreed to it. I sent it to Grizzy. He loved it as well. They both did great jobs. Love their personality and their acting on it. They definitely outshone me, that's for sure, on this one. But what I didn't appreciate was the amount of time it would take to put all the behind the scenes stuff together to make the skit flow and feel right, and all the different sound effects that went into it.
Move. Security!
Where am I now? Oh, my head.
Where do you think we're at? An Ed Sheeran concert, dickhead?
Wow, you guys are really descriptive with the insults today.
Shut your pale-ass, cracker-ass up. You know what you did.
I don't. One second I'm being given a white privilege card. The next second I'm handcuffed here to this table.
I'm not trying to hear it. Shut your cracker ass up. You know what you're guilty of. 400 years of this shit. You think because you listen to Eminem's Lose Yourself, you know about this culture? You, Elvis Presley, and the rest of the motherfuckers could go to hell.
Wait, what? What are you even talking about?
Repeat after me. His palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti. Finish that.
Oh, I see what this is about. Look.
I like how Grizzy did that, the repeat after me, and then he did the Eminem quote. Because, you send them what you want them to say, but you don't tell them how you want it said. And he said that like the Pledge of Allegiance, kind of. Just the satire and the irony of that one. I love that joke.
I'm not here to take away from you or anyone else's cause or movement. I was just...
Look, man, I'm not here to take away from... Shut up. Nobody's asking you to explain yourself. I'm tired of the fucking excuses. You know what? How about you just...
John White. John, take care of your girls, man. John, can you email me? I got you, John. Email me, brother. Email me your address, John. I got you.
That fucking mic down and walk away. Fucking Wiz Waldo ass nigga.
All right. I'll make a deal. Let me do one last song.
And then we come in with Off My Chest. And you know what's funny? Obviously, Off My Chest released before the skit came out, but I always had this skit in mind when writing Off My Chest, and I always knew that's how I wanted this to connect on the album.
Really important to adapt and be flexible.
Claim your free business.
This is one of my personal favorites, and again, this is Off My Chest. For me, this is a big breaking point in the album, like the skit, and kind of where we transition, because we kind of go from a lot of reflective stuff. I know hip-hop is dead paid homage, but Civil War, You Mad Yet, like the tone of that, after the white privilege skit, the tone definitely changes, and then we really get into some heavy stuff, whether it's the personal psychology of I Need Help, whether it's, you know, the social and hip-hop critique on Hip Hop Show, whether it's the racial issues on I Can't Breathe. You know, we definitely take a further transition, and it's like, okay, here's the critique leverage against me, and here's some of the stuff that I actually do believe in, and how I do want to use my music as a platform for change, and how I want it to help change and create awareness for things.
All right, I'm gonna do this one time. Paranormal activity active with the actions in my brain. Actively, I'm trying.
Paranormal activity active with the actions in my brain. How many different ways can you play off of the action scheme? I enjoyed that one. Adam Miller. Never would I have thought I'd be bumping Knox Hill windows down, minivan speakers blaring. So proud of you, homie. Hey. Thank you, Adam. Appreciate it, man. That is an image right there.
Paranormal activity active with the actions in my brain. Actively, I'm tracking apparitions in my veins. Check my swing, ghost riders, I'm a lefty. Y'all brag about your flow, I'm ghost riding on a jet ski. Don't test me. Switch it up, Mickey Mantle in his prime. In the Bronx, dropping bomb after bomb like a B-29 on a Nagasaki dome.
I talked about this one, but the bomb after the bomb was literally Nagasaki, because Hiroshima came first, and I'm dropping bomb after bomb on this track.
No tattoos, I bear arms. Spill your sake on these bars. EARs like Tawagachi. Hip Stracko Kawasaki. Spin your wheel, that's Yamasaki. Do the math, I'm Fibonacci. Use zeros, I'm the one. One trigger, 2 bullets, 3 millimeters, 5 bullies.
0, 1, 1, 3, 5. Fibonacci sequence right there.
Dead. That means 2, I snap with a strap. That's no cap. I don't really do it for you keyboard kids. Your type's a type rap. When I rap, that's how I live. I was raised in PG. You don't know it, look it up.
You don't know PG County? Go look up PG County, baby. Wale, we are the home of. Logic came through PG and played many a show. Corday, now putting PG on the map. Yet another artist. We are very rich with our hip-hop history and our culture, people.
Guidance needed with the cracks they cooking up. Killers, victims, drug dealers in the...
And also PG playing off of parental guidance. No parental guidance needed with the cracks they cooking up around here where I'm from in these blocks.
I remember girls getting shot when they was pregnant. I remember bodies at the mall where I would check in. I remember watching dogs thrown in jail for weapons. And they ain't snitching. So I
mean, all that self-explanatory. I'm just walking you through some of the stuff that I've been through or have seen in my background.
If I don't really fit in with this YouTube draw, yeah, your boys got some views and now it's you too tall. Box 'em in, I got a chin, but I don't usually jaw. Masturbating motherfuckers, man, you do y'all. But y'all see skin tone and M-clone with a bent nose. Hoes bent, I bend flows in a Bentley beaming. That's just how success goes. Hip-hop is what raised me. Black people saved me.
I mean, there's definitely... I don't like to get... Yeah. I'm losing my words here. I don't like to get too critical of other artists. It's not kind of what I stand for, you know? That's not the greater things I want to accomplish with my music. But in this case, I'm getting a little bit critical because it relates to the critique of me. So one of the greater themes to Off My Chest and what I'm pointing out here and walking you through kind of where I'm from, some of the shit that I've dealt with, that I've seen and that I've been through, and that I'm trying to show you through this track is, you know, this is... Rap is not something that I picked up on because I thought it was a cool hobby and I thought it would be cool to be a rapper. You know, rap is something that raised me. Rap and hip-hop culture is what enriched my life. It's what gave me so much. It's what really has kept me alive and helped me survive through a lot of what I've been through in my past. In the hip-hop community that I'm from. You know, and I think some of the things I address and we talk about a little bit in the white privilege skit is, you know, you look at me. And ironically, I get judged for my skin color. You know, you see a skinny white the microphone. I'm getting too excited. Knox taking down microphones again. I'm 2 for 2 on this. There we go. Right. You know, you look at me, and even the microphone judges me. The microphone wants to get away from me, but you look at me and you see, you know, you judge me for my skin tone. You judge me for my appearance without knowing my story. So off my chest is kind of for all those people that want to judge a book by its cover, so to speak. And that's kind of what I want to address and how I deal with this song. I'm sorry, microphone. All right, let's keep this rolling.
Say he's a racist, he hates it. He's playing a stage and a face for the plays. But the same shit you say is the same shit you hate. And if you say it enough, it becomes what you ain't. And it stains on your brain every day till you result in the same things you fought against. Predict your insecurities on me and my rents. I've been living in your head without fees and picture breakdowns without me. In an age where too many die, I'm keeping lyricism alive. The lyrically inclined have a steep climb, but we keep trying. Fishy rappers in a creek till we hit that main stream and finally shift tides. I'm holding
keeping lyricism alive. I mean, look, actions speak louder than words. And I feel like what we do on this channel, the breakdowns that I give you, helping you to appreciate lyricism, helping you to appreciate substance heavy hip hop, the beef breakdowns that we do, Jay-Z, Nas, the history, the homage that we pay on this channel, the things that I try to do through my music. You know, I'm trying to let my music and my actions speak louder than any words can be spoken on these topics and on these issues, on what I truly stand for and what I truly want to leave and give back to this culture.
This is Knox, you know he will spit at your funeral. I cut you low, G.
Oh yeah, I forgot to point that out, didn't I? The way I am flow. Yeah. I sit back with this bag of zigzags and this weed. Da 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 da. I had to pay homage there.
To open caskets, return it, the beat murderer, earning the cash that'll burn it all. I'm sitting in many winners, I'm shivering. I'm wishing for a bigger dinner, sicker artist.
Earning the EARN, but also earn URN, cash that'll burn it all.
That'll burn it all. I'm sitting in many winners, I'm shivering. I'm wishing for a bigger dinner, sicker artist saying get the bigger picture. Portrait of a giver who is lost, now he's winning. Passion plate, I fuck you with it. What you baking, porky with it, scorch you with it. Going at him for your ribs, Hannibal meets Basquiat. Now I'm quartering you dicks, call it portrait of a bitch. Till you walk a mile in my shoes, I cut your NF and legs, pay my dues. Most of these dudes ain't got a clue what I've been through, so listen here. This is the type of soul you put a pen through. I just put the pen to my pain and ink stains when I'm blue. I don't
just put the pen to my pain and ink stains when I'm blue, like the blue ink from a pen, but when I'm feeling down. And then this line, this personal favorite lines coming up from this album.
Do this for the fame, and I write this shit in love. And when I do run out of lead, I'ma write that shit in blood and kill them all. Word to flam.
I don't do this for the fame. I don't. I write this shit in blood. I mean, listen, the story of me and my come up as an artist is a broke ass rapper who took what money that he earned, some money through doing things that I still won't share yet on here. I've talked about it in some of my music. It's on Creatures Lie Here. It's on other albums. But yeah, I hustled to make money. And what I do with that money, I paid for studio time. You know, I sold CDs from my trunk. I paid to make my music. And I definitely was not earning more than I was paying out to make my music. And that was the case for a very long time. Studio sessions, fees are expensive. Making albums are expensive. Trying to get it out there. It all costs money. And for the longest time, I was in the red. I was in the net negative. So to carry this on, I mean, this journey has been 15 plus years of doing this now, you know? It's great to have some success and some limelight and a little bit of shine, but the reason I've come this far, I didn't do it for the fame. You know, I've done this for the love. And if I do run out of lead because I can't afford it anymore, I'll write this shit in blood. But also lead, firing lyrical bullets, firing my ammunition, because then I'll spill blood on this track. Fuck it, kill them all.
Love, and when I do run out of lead, I'ma write that shit in blood and kill them all. Word to flam, I got this off of my chest, so get the message while I DM, man. It's all love to the X, rest in peace.
Rest in peace to DMX, man. Somebody pointed out, was it Robin, that this album's full of homages. It's just insane. I didn't even appreciate how many different homages I do pay on this track and on the album in general. Imogen, this is amazing. Thanks for doing this. Congratulations on Blacklist. Hey, thank you so much, Imogen. I really appreciate it. My Patreon supporter, always showing me love. Much love to you.
Man, fuck this.
Break from my head, just a moment. I need a break from my bed. All these thoughts are suffocating me. I wake up, I can barely breathe. Why is it barely me? High, all the broken dreams die by the curbside. By
every album, you're always going to get some songs that deal with mental health in one way or another. Checkmate dances on that, but then we've got bigger issues that we deal with. This song very much so about mental health because I've struggled with it, and I've gone through depression. I've dealt with incredibly serious anxiety, and I had a really dark period in my life, and I'll never forget that. You know, I'm out of that hole now, and every day still is a battle because you never know when you could fall back into that hole, and some days are better than others, and it's always a continuous fight and climb to stay on top of things in your own mind, in your own world. But I'll never forget where I came from, and I'll never forget that darkness and how that felt, and that helplessness. So I'm always going to make songs on mental health to remind people that they're not alone, to remind people that I've been through it as well, and there is a light at the end of the tunnel, even if we can't see it.
But I'm on the road again, on the broken ends. I don't have no friends, on a broken man. Can I play pretend? Yeah, this life's lonely, feeling like the only one who can console me. But if I'm slowly drowning in the hoes who can hold me, there's only so much space you can take from the world. For you breathe, then you realize you are out of air. Yes.
Someone just said, hang on, where'd you go? Jonathan Chang, the ocean of reverb on Riddick's beats are insane. Shout out to Riddick Beats. He made this beat. I featured Riddick, a number of his songs on Chaos Theory, and I knew for Blacklist, like when I wrote this song, this is one of the last songs I did for the album. I didn't have like a very important mental health song I wanted to stand on. And then I also didn't have a Riddick Beats track. And I really want to support him because he's so talented as a producer. So I reached out to him. I'm like, yo, you got to do an exclusive for me. We got to do something else. Something like I Get Lonely. I feel like we needed a sequel to I Get Lonely. And this is that sequel. I got Josh on it, who was also on the hook for I Get Lonely. And this is the song that we made. And I feel like we did a good job with it. Irvin Stankovic, best wishes to you and your loved ones. I'm a big fan of your music, YouTube content. If a picture is worth 1,000 words, an action is worth 1,000 pictures. That is a great quote. Keep inspiring others with your hard work. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate those words.
I'm well aware that I created this. I ripped the pages in a rage. I hate the way I painted this. Cause then you see the side that I fear, that I look at in the mirror. So I need to be alone, but I am scared. Spending minutes spinning from my senses. Cynics pick at critics, spit it as a gimmick. Censorship is leaking, speaking my holes while I'm sinking meanings deep. I'm barely breathing. I am even with my demons, even if the odds aren't.
I'm drifting in and out of me, and everything they doubted, it was true. Wonder why the skies blew me too. Why do I feel see-through? I need you.
All the right things in me have left. All the right things in me have left. Think I need direction where I step. Think I need direction where I step. Hi, I need help.
Hey.
I do struggle writing these songs because I have to put myself back in that place that I fought for so long to come out of. It's always hard to write these songs, and this is probably also why you only get a handful of them during a period of time, because it yeah.
It's been a long time. I just wanted to see if you were okay. Call me.
Welcome back to self-help. Welcome back to self-help. You read a book they sell, tells you how to make it. You just gotta sell your soul and market that, then you'll be famous. People think that I sell pain and pour it all into these pages, but this music keeps me sane. Forget the fame, my fight is nameless. I write it for the names with no faces, whose society is jaded. Social media notoriety has left us all anxious. Comparison's a devil.
Social media notoriety has left us all anxious. Comparison's a devil. And it's so true, because we live in the social media world where it's like compare. You could be so happy, and then you go online and you see someone who's like on a beach somewhere living their best life, and it's like, Oh, shit, well, I'm not there. Oh, maybe my day's not so good because I'm not doing as well as they are. And we're constantly now living in this state of comparison with our peers. And it's almost impossible to unplug from it and just to settle and be satisfied with the little things that you do have and the good that you do have in your life, because you always feel like someone out there is doing something better. You know, it's a vicious cycle.
Humility's for angels and all the danger from...
And humility's for angels is so true, because so many people just don't take the humble route on socials because they want the clicks, they want the likes, they want the extravagance, and that's what we become addicted to, is getting those likes and getting that fulfillment via artificial screens.
It's all anxious, comparison's a devil. Humility's for angels and all the danger from strangers. So aim at your bang with no shame for it. Hateful and spray torrid, so abhorrent with the pain. Bullies love to go insane, but it's a shame they never pay for it.
I mean, cyberbullying is such a huge issue nowadays, and just hate comments and trolls out there. And the issue is that versus the past, when people were held accountable because they wouldn't say the same things in person. Now they can have a fake username and say whatever they want to and just send it and not ever worry about it again. The accountability has been taken away from situations, and I feel like people are bolder now, and people will say things they would never say directly to your face, thanks to this new world we live in.
It's so abhorrent with the pain. Bullies love to go insane, but it's a shame they never pay for it. There's no accountability anymore, so I stay foreign to the names.
And of course I have to have a little bit of wordplay, even on these very, very serious songs. Accountability, they never pay for it. Accounting, pay for it.
Hurts all the same when a stray hits your brain and it messes up your whole day.
I mean, shit, I'm still there. You know, that one comment, that one statement that someone makes, and it just messes with your brain, and it's all you dwell on for the rest of the day.
Just pray that you can hear me. If someone's out there who feels like their hair is ending, suicide is not the answer or the prayer that I'm sending. Just know you're not alone. Even I still find it tempting.
I'm drifting in and out of me, and everything they doubted, it was true. Wonder why the skies blew me too. Why do I feel see-through? I need you.
All the right things in me have left. All the right things in me have left. Think I need direction where I step. Think I need direction where I step. Hi, I need help.
Why do I feel see-through? I need...
Hey.
As things...
And before he finishes the you, I need, and then we transition into the next song. Quick cut again. We want everything to connect with this album and to have that symmetry. And the one thing I'll end that song on, which is how I always end my live streams, is that the biggest message there is that we all can fall down. If you take enough weight and put it on someone's shoulders, I mean, some of us have different capacities for how much we can bear. But eventually, if you stack too much weight on someone's shoulders, they will crumble. And we could all end up in that hole, and we could all end up down there. I think the important thing to be humbled by that, but also to realize that you are not alone in your struggle. You are not alone in your pain. You are not alone in what you are going through. And it's at these times when we feel most desolate and most alone, when, you know, if we can find a way to open ourselves up. And it takes a lot of courage, it takes a lot of vulnerability, but there are people out there who care, people out there who can help, who can relate to what you've been through. And I just want us all to take solace in the fact that we are not truly alone. Shout out to That Singer Reacts. Hey man, I've given you 2 shout outs, by the way, for your checkmate reaction and some of the shit that you caught on there. Thank you so much for coming through and for the love, man. Much love to you as well. Singer Reacts, another fellow reactor, man. Really love his breakdowns, really love his takes, and just, yeah, great personality on camera. Yeah, good guy, man. Good guy. Highly recommend him if you haven't checked him out yet.
Changed over the past year. Having a business profile with Google has been really important.
Claim your...
Yes! Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. For one night only, you are a part of an exclusive show. Now this one's gonna be a bang. Trapped inside of this prison, my mind is a prison. This light is a witness, divided in distance.
You actually hear kind of how my voice is hoarse here. I recorded this one sick. But sometimes it's a blessing when you're sick, because it just provides a different vocal cadence. And when I was sick on this day, I was like, I'm going to go record a hip hop show and make myself suffer and struggle through it, because it'll just do something totally different with my voice.
Trapped inside of this prison, my mind is a prison. This light is a witness, divided in distance. The distance of my fields is my fields and my real divine steel. I ain't really feeling like myself. Think I need that bottle on the shelf. Thank God it's Irish from my proximity to violence. I close my eyelids and watch my bank account doubling.
Thank God it's Irish whiskey. I do love my whiskey, but also Irish, playing off of the issues that, you know, Ireland has been through between Northern Ireland and the rest of Ireland, right? My proximity to violence, but also if I drink too much, I start to have a proximity for violence. I close my eyelids and watch my bank account doubling up, but also playing off of Dublin, Ireland there.
It's Irish from my proximity to violence. I close my eyelids and watch my bank account doubling. It's Mr. No discussion, I dish you cousin. You busters a Buster Douglas one hit.
Buster Douglas, we got a little bit of a boxing scheme that starts to come in here.
Doubling. It's Mr. No discussion, I dish you cousin. You busters a Buster Douglas one hit. I bust it, give concussion, head brushing like Drago.
One hit, Buster Douglas, playing off of that. One punch, but also head rushing. Your head is rushing, you know, giving you mental concussions with these lyrics and how I punch in with all these punchlines and schemes.
Discussion, I dish you cousin. You busters a Buster Douglas one hit. I bust it, give concussion, head brushing like Drago. But why try? I vanquish. Peace signs.
Like Drago, I vanquish. The way I said it, I vanquish. But Ivan Drago from Rocky, again, playing off of different boxing schemes here.
Douglas one hit, I bust it, give concussion, head brushing like Drago. But why try? I vanquish. Peace signs in these times on these rhymes. So keep trying to be like God. Get swollen shut in the.
Hey, Brother Blitz is in the building. Shout out to a fellow reactor and rapper as well, King Blitz. Hey, King Blitz has a new album dropping. It's his turn to take some shine, baby. Peep that. Go follow Blitz. Check out his socials, man. I'm really looking forward to the album, Blitz. Shout out to you, homie. Thanks for coming through.
Peace signs in these times on these rhymes. So keep trying to be like God. Get swollen shut in the cut in the eye. So hot in the box like I'm serving Thai. Sun Sue on this.
Right. Get swollen shut in the cut in the eye. So again, we're still carrying boxing scheme, but then so hot in the box like I'm serving Thai. Like Thai food served hot in the box, like takeout Thai, but also Thai Sun Sue on this mic. Thai Sun Sue, Thai Sun. Mike Tyson with the box and all the different boxer schemes and Rocky schemes I was doing.
Like God, get swollen shut in the cut in the eye. So hot in the box like I'm serving Thai. Sun Sue on this mic with his pen.
And then we go into Sun Tzu on this mic, because Sun Tzu wrote The Art of War. And a lot of this is an Art of War scheme. And there is a greater meta theme that I really touch on in the second verse when I start talking about conflict, right? Child soldiers, the conflict in Africa, the conflict within PG County, within my neighborhoods where I'm from, different issues that I'm dealing with that later on. Shout out to R. Hardy. Salute Knox Hill. Hey, thank you so much, brother. Appreciate it. Shout out to Texas. Hey, R. Hardy, man. I'm going to give you that too. There we go. Also, shout out to Texas Horse Rescue. This song hits hard. Needed to hear it now more than ever. Socials are brutal, but unfortunately a necessary evil for us. Keep speaking for us. That battle is an important issue. Hey, thank you so much, Texas Horse Rescue. Much love.
You lanes can split change from my lane, and I ain't playing 300 Sparta games.
And then we go into a little bit of a bowling scheme, but also the Sparta 300. But when you bowl a perfect strike, a perfect 300, you lanes.
Freeze frame, and you lanes can split.
Freeze frame.
Change from my lane, and I ain't playing 300 Sparta games. But life is a bowler.
Freeze frame, then you lanes get split change from my lane, the lane that I'm in, but also bowling lane.
Get split change from my lane, and I ain't playing 300 Sparta games. But life is a bowler. I'm running shit like a Colin. I'm solo. Welcome to the.
But life is a bowler, right? Bowler, because I'm completing the bowling scheme, but also life is Ebola. I'm running shit. Got Ebola running shit.
Hip hop show. So welcome to the hip hop show. Live from the conflict zone. Live from the conflict zone. I don't know which way to go. I just know the miles to my soul, and my shoes need changing. I feel better in a room full of strangers. I'm in danger.
According to Samad, this is his favorite hook of the whole album. And for me, one of my favorite personal lines is, I feel better in a room full of strangers. Why? Because of the anonymity, right? Strangers don't know you. You can actually be more lost in a crowded room full of strangers than you can in a room full of friends and family and people that you know, and sometimes you just want to be away from it all and with your own thoughts.
I feel better in a room full of strangers. I'm in danger. High shoulders, this high quarters, I'm rolling in dough. Now you can lick my balls and that's donuts like, oh. My bonus is what you baking.
Hang on.
I'm rolling in dough. Now you can lick my balls and that's donuts like, oh.
Got a little naughty on this one. You can lick my balls and that's donuts like O, right? Take the ball, the roundness out of a donut, makes an O, the donut shape. Also, these are donuts. There you go, people.
My bonus is what you bake in the day, my bread up. So keep your head up, soldier, never let up. Know you fed up with the war going on in zone streets. All these weapons in the summer like we need more. Hey, war dogs, home chiefs, gang leaders got the streets on like police. I guess that's why we rest with peace before we rest in peace.
Now here we go. Here's where I start talking about it. We call Baltimore Bodymore, right? There was a long period of time when Baltimore was the murder capital of the nation. D.C., Southeast, is like a conflict zone. I mean, there's areas where police don't even patrol, right? I know they're cleaning it up more now with the natties and everything. PG County as well, in the violence. So the bigger theme that we start getting on in the second verse is talking about the violence domestically, but then I related and used metaphors relating it to the violence overseas, the violence in Africa still, in all the civil wars and genocides going on over there that doesn't always get news coverage, just like the violence over here in these streets doesn't get news coverage, and a lot of stuff gets swept under the rug, right? Because, I mean, if I'm being frank, a lot of it's black on black crime. And unless it's, you know, a white officer killing a black guy or vice versa, something that could be very polarizing, get a lot of clicks, the news doesn't care as much. And it's a sad reality of what the media chooses to cover and what the media chooses to spin. So I want to take this song to talk more about it and more about the issues that plague our communities and the violence that plagues our streets and the ease with which it is to get automatic, semi-automatic weapons on these streets. And what you see, it feels like a war zone in a lot of these places. And gang leaders are like war chiefs, essentially.
Leaders got the streets on like police. I guess that's why we rest with peace before we rest in peace. Your two options are the ball or the rap. Before you fall in the trap, I can't dunk, so I'm rapping till my records go platinum. So
your two options to get out of the situation, out of a lot of these hoods, a lot of these places, man, is either you ball and you're damn good at basketball, you play a sport, you ball at football, or you rap. You literally ball or rap your way out. Or you fall victim to the violence, to the drugs, to the gangs and all of that, right? So me going, well, I can't dunk, so I'm rapping till my records go platinum. That's the only outlet I got.
All of the rap before you fall in the trap. I can't dunk, so I'm rapping till my records go platinum. Silver, diamond, gold, minded one time from a conflict zone. The origins unknown. Just take a look at your phone. The cold boarding from a cold. I'm talking for slave plantations, modern slavery in these African nations. Child soldiers, genocide, so racist. Let's face it, I'm facing the nation.
So, silver, diamond, gold till my records go platinum. So I play off of records going platinum or silver, diamond, or gold, different ways to describe how many sales you get in a record. But then I start playing off of these precious metals and minerals and materials and where a lot of them mined in Africa. And you have a case right now with our phones, right? What is one material that goes in every single phone that a phone needs to run? Cobalt. And you have a huge issue in the DRC and other African nations mining of cobalt, right? And there have been a number of circumstances and issues now relating to this where it's almost like plantations are being run. You know, it's forced labor in some of these situations to mine it. And also to protect the mines, there's child soldiers happening, children being given AK-47s, being converted to soldiers. There's violence, war breaks out in a lot of these areas, you know, Sierra Leone, Blood Diamonds conflicts, so many history within Africa of different conflicts and wars for these precious minerals that we use. And in this case, we have a precious mineral, cobalting from a It's not from a corporation. It's not from a company. I'm talking about the realer side to where this stuff comes from, the stuff that we take for granted. You know, a lot of this album, I'm talking about social media, how we're connected through our phones, the issues we have to deal with. And then now I start to unpack, well, what makes up a phone? And what are the issues that actually come with that in the first place? And let's go look at the root of a lot of these situations.
Pain is exported in soul, mixed corruption with soul, then it finds its way home. Body more southeast, still a conflict zone.
Right.
Corruption with soul, then it finds its way home.
So, mixed corruption with soul. Pain is exported and sold. So a lot of this pain, a lot of this corruption, and a lot of these nations that corporations, multinationals take advantage of, because then they can run monopolies on these mines. They'll bribe government officials. They don't have to pay appropriate taxes. They don't have to give back to those communities, right? They thrive when those communities are in chaos. Amidst the chaos, they rise up from it all. So they have a better interest having, the local people being at each other's throats. Divide and conquer. This is a thought process that has been used throughout world history, from colonization and beyond. And it still goes on in Africa today. And it goes on a different level. It goes on at a corporate level now. And it trickles down to the government level and to the local level as well. So I start talking about the conflicts over there and the stuff that doesn't get covered in the news, much like the violence that we have to deal with domestically, in PG, in Bodymore, in Southeast, in all these different places, in my microcosm, my own world that I'm looking out at.
Bodymore, Southeast, still a conflict zone. And PG is where the refugees flee. That's real talk. Exploits.
And originally the song was called Conflict Zone because we talk about the different conflict zones, but then I changed it to Hip Hop Show. And if I'm just being honest, Hip Hop Show is just more clickier than Conflict Zone.
Conflict zone. And PG is where the refugees flee. That's real talk. Exploits you when.
So then I take that, war-torn African nations, and I apply that domestically. And what happened when they wanted to do gentrification of Southeast DC is that they kicked a lot of families out of their homes to go build the baseball stadium, the Natty Stadium, and whatnot. And a lot of that crime and violence and a lot of those people crossed the water, crossed the Anacostia River into PG County. And now a lot of that violence, lo and behold, crime rates have gone up in PG. Violence rates have gone up in PG. It's almost like we're removing conflict from this zone and it just gets exported into this zone, where the refugees from the war going on in our own streets, they are fleeing into PG County now. So there's a lot of sort of metaphors that I'm using relating these, this international issue to this domestic issue and what it means for us, and looking at it from a different lens and perspective.
Conflict zone. And PG is where the refugees flee. That's real talk. Exploits you when they meddle. That's that steel talk. But I'm still.
Exploit you when they meddle, right? When they meddle in these affairs. M-E-T-T-L-E. Sorry, M-E-D-D-L-E. Metal, but also exploit you when they meddle. M-E-T-A-L. And I talked about these different metals, right? Precious metals and materials, right? When they meddle, that's that steel talk, steel metal.
Walking, stalking, awaken from coffins, dealing with bloodsuckers often and often. These woke talkers like they running for office. Deaf to the hate and get your sign out. Or better yet, just sign out.
Deaf to the hate, get your sign out, right? Picket for it. Time to protest, time to rise up. Or better yet, just sign out, because half of y'all are just sharing this stuff online. You're not actually doing anything about it. Just sign out. Sign out offline, keyboard warriors.
Woke talkers like they running for office. Up to the hate and get your sign out. Or better yet, just sign out. Welcome to the hip.
Listen, I got to run to the bathroom super quickly. I'll be very quick. I'm just going to play a little bit more of this. You guys can appreciate it now that I've talked to you about this. Listen to this verse through.
Way to go. I just know the miles to my soul and my shoes need changing. I feel better in a room full of strangers. I'm in danger. High shoulders, this high quarters, I'm rolling in dough. Now you can lick my balls and that's donuts like, oh. My bonus is what you bake in the day, my bread up. So keep your head up, soldier, never let up. Know you fed up with the war going on in zone streets. All these weapons in the summer like we need more. Hey, war dogs, home chiefs, gang leaders got the streets on like police. I guess that's why we rest with peace before we rest in peace. Your two options are the ball or the rap. Before you fall in the trap, I can't dunk, so I'm rapping till my records go platinum. Silver, diamond, gold, minded one time. From a conflict zone, the origins unknown. Just take a look at your phone. The cold boarding from a cold. I'm talking for slave plantations, modern slavery in these African nations. Child soldiers, genocides, and races. Let's face it, I'm facing the nation. Pain is exported in soul, mixed corruption with soul, then it finds its way home. Bodymore, Southeast, still a conflict zone. And PG is where the refugees flee. That's real talk. Exploits you when they meddle. That's that steel talk. But I'm still walking, stalking, awaken from coffins, dealing with bloodsuckers often and often. These woke talkers like they running for office. Up to the hate and get your sign out. Or better yet, just sign out. Welcome to the hip hop show. So welcome to the hip hop show. Live from the conflict zone. Live from the conflict zone. I don't know which way to go. I just know the miles to my soul and my shoes need changing. I feel better.
See, live from the conflict zone. Since the news doesn't want to cover a lot of these stories, I'll be live. I'll report it, And then you get like a news agent. I picture them in like a conflict zone, live from the front line, sort of. So that's the inspiration for writing those lines and putting it that way. Shout out to Jazzy. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat donation. Thank you very much, Jazzy. Elon Hate Us has tipped $5. Knox, I have to tell you that your music makes me appreciate what you're saying. Much love from Israel. Hey, thank you so much, man. Appreciate the love.
For the strangers, I'm in danger. Thank you for coming out tonight. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you spent it with me.
Thank you for coming out tonight. Could have been anywhere in the world. Who's that paying homage to? Quick, somebody answer.
Don't forget to grab your AK-47 on the way out. Safety off.
Don't forget to grab your AK-47. Again, I didn't touch as much on this, but the arms race and arms dealing, one of the largest arms dealers in the world is the United States government. Yeah, it's an interesting mix, that song, because it's kind of a chill out, space out, soulful, thoughtful song, but at the same time, there's some raw stuff underneath of it when you start unpacking the layers in the message.
Chromebooks don't just start fast, they stay fast over time. So you can get to work fast.
And get to not work fast too.
Okay, now we're just showing off. Switch to starting fast and staying fast. Switch to
Hooray for ads! Miles asked if I wash my hands. Yes, very quickly, Miles. No, I did. I washed them very quickly, though. I did not sing happy birthday.
I spit that cold fire with the gold lighter, call Midas, go higher. Filling in, I'm the ghost for you ghost writers. Got a little bit of venom for you old vipers. Hold tight, cuz I'm sick of these snakes, I'm sick of these thoughts, I'm sick of this weight, won't never fall off. I choke on my soul, it can never be bought. Got smoke, I don't cough. I don't mean to kill him, but I feel him with my feelings. I ain't kidding, siblings, no siblings, kill Bill on the mic. I'm an only child, smoke you my third, man. So hot like I'm tearing tea, no, spill coffee on the...
So hot like I'm tearing tea, like I'm tearing off a tea bag. Or Quentin Tarantino, because I shout out Uma Thurman. Or You're My Thermos. I talked about this before. I've broken this down because I previewed this first when Harry Mack brought me on the happy hour and let me preview this song.
Beat no cap, you see notes, that's 100 meters running. It's
Cap, you see notes. C notes are also $100 bills. Cappuccino, playing off of the caffeine coffee tea scheme. But then also, that's 100, keeping it 100. Or, that's 100 meters running a 100-meter track. So that was a triple laced within a double there. And that's why I said, I swear that's a triple double. I'm on point. On point like a point guard, but a point guard scoring a triple double.
fair, you clowns get running. I swear that's a triple double. I'm on point, y'all triple double. Passport out, set trip, it's trouble. They miss you couple like a missing puzzle. Wish you struggle, get the shovel, whip rebuttals with the muzzle. This ain't subtle, this is shit you wish they shovel. Get a guffle, twist the muscle, stumble when I cut you with this beat.
That's definitely a polyrhythm right there. I really like that flow. That's when you really push the pace and just come with that odd rhythm.
Passport out, set trip, it's trouble. They miss you couple like a missing puzzle. Wish you struggle, get the shovel, whip rebuttals with the muzzle. This ain't subtle, this that shit you wish they shovel. Get a guffle, twist the muscle, stumble when I cut you with this beat. Gon' fill up my cup. Yeah. They say I had too much. I said that they
Hot like Tarantino, a Logic shout out. Absolutely, Bobby Tarantino, baby.
If I said that ain't enough, gon' fill up my cup. Yeah. They say I had too much. I said that ain't enough. If I said that ain't enough. No, I've been through darker days. My heart ain't now your party ways. Feel the pressure charging underneath, but they don't pray. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
They ain't taking no days off.
Shout out to Oswin Benjamin. If you notice, I put Locksmith on this album. I got Oswin Benjamin on this. I found Oswin Benjamin because there's a rapper that I really love listening to called Marlon Craft. And then through Marlon, he had a feature with Oswin. And that's how I found Oswin. I was like, wow, this dude is just such a dope MC. And actually, shame on me because I've been so damn busy. I don't even think I've made Oswin aware that this is finally released. I need to go message him. But as a part of this album, I wanted to go find other independent artists who are very, very dope lyricists who I feel like a lot of my fan base has not heard yet or is not aware of. And I wanted to give them some of that spotlight and just, again, create further awareness for the amount of dope lyrical rap and rappers that are out there. And obviously, you know the message with this one that I'm going for. And I told Oswin, man, I'm like, I need you to come in. I need you to talk your shit on this. And he more than did that.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
Saying taking no days off my faith, mistaken for the fake shit. Make shifts in the makeshift booth made up. Bloodstained sweat tears in the pace ups. Voided while avoiding the demons employed to avoid me. Ventriloquists how they pull strings and enjoy how they joy with me and destroy the joy in me. No more slipping on stick or till a hole. Only time I come back is that my pistol come equipped with a recoil. Aim two raggles, spill out your meatball. Black man that I'm prone to violence. From a side where lullabies comprised of open fire and hydrants. Handcuffs, 10-4s and sirens. Chokehold, kneecaps, closed islands. Find a way to reside by my skin. I fear for my folk in my time. I cut short, let the mind get tucked off with the 4-5.
So many good lines. The open hydrants line, right? Makes me think of the MOK and the protesting, Tuskegee, and then them opening up the fire hydrants and just blasting with water. This is just some real shit. End of time. The Mayans might cut short, like the Mayans believing the end of the world came sooner than, well, it's not the end of the world yet, is it?
By my skin, I fear for my folk in my time. I cut short, let the mind get tuck 12 with the 4-5 like Mike did for retirement. Tyrants, hang dry, yes on the line, tap track to the trap rack in, racketeering, indictments.
Just that flow, man, in that pocket, that condensed rhyme scheme is so good.
Next, hand on our pockets, hand on our chest, hand on our future. Our hand isn't dead, put our hand on our head while I grip handles to our chest. Hand on our ass in the breast, told me handle the box while I watch her handle the rest. Handle the stress, best way to be know how to the WI of our breath. Whoa.
No, I've been through darker days, my heart and I have parted.
Some amazing verses and features on this. For me personally, the best technical verse I think on this album in terms of all the features, I give it to Oswin.
Waves feel the pressure charging underneath, but they don't pray. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
Riot, more fires, more violence. Hands full of weight, cancel the hate. Vans through the rage, can't pull the brakes. Hands to the tray, hand me the chain. Freedom's license, still people.
I mean, that right there and coming in with that flow was just because, wow, Oswin demolished this. And when I wrote this third verse, I was like, wow, I really got to bring it now.
Dying, this evil's rising, that beast's alive. When these heathens type in Mephistopheles on these streets and Tyson, raise a piece to fight them. Snitches still get 6 9s. Near that mill like 6 9s. I stand tall like
6 9s, 999,999. Very close to a mil. On my way to a million subscribers. Snitches still get 6 9s, 6'9" millimeters, but also Tekashi 6'9", infamous snitch.
Piece to fight them. Snitches still get 6 9s. Near that mill like 6 9s. I stand tall like 6 9.
6'9" is also very tall. I stand tall on my own too.
6. Told me let me in. I did the script flipped. I lit the John Wick, the bomb shit. I'm on with 9s. You know I got the juice from the world is.
Devil in my 6, right? Watch your 6. Military terminology there, but also 6. Who is known for 6s? The devil.
Told me let me in. I did the script flipped.
And then Mephistopheles. We got a lot of deeper religious imagery and usage here.
John Wick, the bomb shit, I'm on with 9s. You know I got the juice from my world is bond. And my verse is James and the hearse is John. Revelation.
We got John Wick bars too. Shout out to Isaiah Zamorano. Thank you so much for the donation, brother. Appreciate you.
Like 6 9. Devil in my 6. Told me let me in. I did the script flipped. I lit the John Wick, the bomb shit, I'm on with 9s. You know I got the juice from my world is bond. And my verse is.
I'm armed with 9s. Right, so we played off of the 6 to the 9s. You know I got the juice. Man, my world is Bond. Shout out to Juice WRLD and his 999 movement. And there I take all the 6s. That whole scheme was taking 6s, flipping them to 9s. And then literally at the end, I took the 6s and flipped it to 9s, just like Juice WRLD does.
And the hearse is John. Revelation, never 9s. You know I got the juice from my world is Bond. And my verse is James and the hearse is John. Revelation, never.
And my verse is James and the hearse is John. Again, very religious imagery throughout this one.
Elevate the pressure plate, levitate the hella pay. Devil's page, having brain damn pains on my soul so I can take my name in vain. Lucy's loose, let loose of her. Stay tenants.
Let loose of her, Lucifer, Lucy's loose, Mephistopheles. There's a lot of devil references and schemes here.
Hey, Devil's page, having brain damn pains on my soul so I can take my name in vain. Lucy's loose, let loose of her. Stay 10 to 12 rounds loose in her. Jesus, we're hellbound. Who you heard?
Say 10 to 12 rounds. I almost knocked the mic over again. Oh, we saved that one. Say 10. I finally say Satan's name. I use a lot of other names for him throughout, but then finally I say Satan. Say 10. 10 or 12 rounds. Loosen her, letting it go, right? Satan's scheme right there. And then I have G's, us. Like, geez, man. Geez, us, we're hellbound. Who you heard. But also Jesus.
Lucy's loose, let loose of her. Stay 10 and 12 rounds loose in her. Jesus, we're hellbound. Who you heard? These sheep of prey fell to this church.
Who you heard? These sheep of prey fell to this church. Prey is in P-R-E. They're prey for people that want to exploit them, carnivorous ones. But also pray to church, P-R-A-Y. right? Who you heard, like a herd of sheep, but also hearing it, H-E-A-R-D.
40 acres and a mule. What is taking, what is due? How they painted to the youth. They've been patient with the truth. Racists can't paint it, hatred, Caucasian.
Reparations, 40 acres and a mule. What slaves were promised with their freedom that never happened.
How they painted to the youth. They've been patient with the truth. Racists can't paint it, hatred, Caucasians never stayed in Section 8s and basements, never paid in with a pay slip. They couldn't make a statement, so it's time to change it. Go and fill up my cup. They say I had too much. I said that ain't enough. I said that ain't enough. Go and fill up my cup. They say I had too much. I said that ain't enough. I said that ain't enough. Know I've been through darker days. My heart and I have parted ways. Feel the pressure charging underneath, but they don't pray. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't.
And then right there, I can't. And instead of finishing that, because you can't breathe anymore, and then you have that last gasp for breath, as we know, the I can't breathe, taking and kind of encapsulating the George Floyd movement within that song, especially a lot of the issues that Osmond talks about, some of the issues that I talk about within that song. And listen, here's what I'm going to say on this. However you feel about situations in things. Me as a rapper, I am a white rapper, okay? I don't care that I came up in a black community. You know, there's only so far that gets you. At the end of the day, hip-hop music in its origins is black music, okay? So it always makes me laugh, you know, when people get slated for speaking on black issues or supporting various black movements. But if you're going to do hip-hop, if you're going to breathe through the art form of rap, then you need to accept the issues that originated with it, why it was formed in the first place, to speak on, you know, racial injustices, to speak on social inequalities, to speak on crime, to speak on violence, to speak on the issues within these communities, right? That is at the heart and soul of rap music. So me as a white rapper, you know, to turn a blind eye to that and to not talk about it with my platform at some point, I feel like I'm doing an injustice to all of that. You have to appreciate the culture that you're tapping into. You have to appreciate what you're a part of, right? And you got to go listen to the classics. You got to go listen to those artists and understand why they spoke on these things and why they did what they did and carry that torch on. So, you know, agree or disagree with me. I'm telling you why I do it, and I'm always going to do it and stand by it.
Introducing the first ever all Google phone with the most layers of hardware security in a smartphone.
Everything I do is a gamble. Bluffing even when I got a handful. Trying to play my card and you get canceled. Stacking up my chips is cause I gamble. Hey, say something. Say something. Talking when you lie, let them pray. Say something. Say something. We don't do the talking, we just play.
Hey, someone commented, I was proud of this. They're like, man, this hook just makes my head rock. And yeah, we auto-tuned it. And I'll tell you a little inside story to this one. I spent so much time on this hook, and I never felt like it was right. And we did so much. You know those A's? I did that A like 50 or 60 different ways. I sent some mods so many tracks of just like the space fillers, like the A and the woos and the stuff. And I tried layering. I tried so many different cadences with that hook. And then eventually he auto-tuned it. He's like, yo, this is a jam. And I was like, it's missing something. It's not full enough. So then I put like a yelling track on the back of the mix just to make it a little bit more aggressive and punchier. And then we went for the more aggressive A's. But we literally went through like 15 different revisions of this hook trying to get this right. And I just really, sometimes you just work on a song and you just knock it out like that. Other times you get a song and there's just like that one bit and that one component that you just mither over and do and rework and jig and tweak. And this was that. This was that. It spent so long trying to get this hook to where I was happy. But then once we got there, people are loving this. And I'm like, yeah, let's go.
Say something. We don't do the talking, we just play. Jeans misfit, get a grip, mistletoe to hip. He blow the kiss, get a hit, ain't no toe to this. You could die rolling for the...
Oh, I forgot. We got more rhyme schemes.
We don't do the talking, we just play. Jeans misfit, get a grip, mistletoe to hip.
Jeans misfit, get a grip, mistletoe to hip. Heat blow the kiss, get a whiff, ain't no tote in this. Yeah. How you like me now? I come in just rhyming line for line for line. Another one of those intricate rhyme schemes where I just try to color the whole board. Jenga, baby.
Do the talking, we just play. Jeans misfit, get a grip, mistletoe to hip. Heat blow the kiss, get a hit, ain't no tote in this. You could die rolling for them poker chips, but I'm not the violent type, I'm the nice.
You could die rolling for them poker chips, die for this material life, right? But also die, pair of dice, rolling for the poker chips, playing off of gamble, and the whole theme of this one.
You could die rolling for them poker chips, but I'm not the violent type, I'm the nice guy, the white guy with blue eyes, I like mine with two sides.
The nice guy with blue eyes, I like mine with two sides. So I play again off of that. I die to do die. I to do die. So there's a lot of sort of internal, condensed, intricate rhyme schemes throughout this one.
But I'm not the violent type, I'm the nice guy, the white guy with blue eyes, I like mine with two sides, I night ride the coupe high, hassle me, I hawk you son, these officers are offerings, 12 on the coffin, flip to 21, salute to Savage, I'm an awful one.
12 on the coffin, salute to Savage, hang on, I can't even remember how I wrote it, 12 on the coffin, flip to 21, salute to Savage, I'm an awful one. So 21 Savage, but also 21 gun, salute. 12 is in police officers. If the 12s die, giving them like a military style funeral, a 21 gun salute, but then salute to Samad Savage for making this beat and working on this track with me.
This is the offerings, 12 on the coffin, flip to 21, salute to Savage, I'm an awful one. I don't do the capping when my people out here dying. All this chalk lines lies, but the news will keep it quiet.
All this chalk lines lies, but the news will keep it quiet. So much violence that we don't actually hear about. The news literally picks and chooses the stories that they want to give you that they think will get the most clicks and just create the most division among us.
I don't do the capping when my people out here dying. All this chalk lines lies, but the news will keep it quiet. I don't blame it on the system, they blame it on the violence. Too much red spilled from blues. You tell me it's two-sided? These I
don't blame it on the system, but they blame it on the violence. I say it's a result of just the violence. But maybe we should start looking at the system and the roots of some of these deeper issues within our society that we have to deal with. Too much red spilled from blues, and you tell me it's two-sided. Red spilled from blues, blue uniforms, police officers, too much red blood being spilled, a lot of violence in these streets, and you tell me it's two-sided, that it's even-sided in this case?
People out here dying, all this chalk lines lies, but the news will keep it quiet. I don't blame it on the system, they blame it on the violence. Too much red spilled from blues. You tell me it's two-sided? These undercovers gotta cover it up. I speak on sheets until I'm covered up. It's one of us, so them ain't done enough until my numbers up.
I speak on sheets. I speak on these rap sheets, on these music sheets, or playing off of undercovers, like being undercovers, under sheets, undercover police in the streets.
Gotta cover it up. I speak on sheets until I'm covered up. It's one of us, so them ain't done enough until my numbers up. And so I rush and roulette them.
And so I rush in, roulette them, but also Russian roulette, playing back to the gamble scheme. But spin it, like spinning the chamber playing Russian roulette in these streets almost.
Covered up, it's one of us,
because we're playing with our lives at the end of the day.
Ain't done enough until my numbers up, and so I rush and roulette them. But spin it and let's gamble. Everything I do is a gamble. Bluffing even when I got a handful. Try to play my card and you get canceled. Stacking up my chips is cause I gamble. Hey, say something, say something. Talking when you lie, let them pray.
Talking when you lying, let them pray. L-I-O-N, lying, going on pray, P-R-E-Y, but also talking when you're lying about these stories and the coverage that you give it. Let them pray, P-R-A-Y, L-Y-I-N-G.
Say something. We don't do the talking, we just play. There are levels, went from devil to a soldier. The only thing I fear is when a devil's on my shoulder and I listen. You don't know what I've been through, but I stay cool inside this booth and fire dudes with vinyl tunes. You might get tuned, you fire me, this mic go boom. Overhead.
A boom mic, which literally is overhead. This might go overhead some of these lyrics.
Cool inside this booth and fire dudes with vinyl tunes. You might get tuned, you fire me, this mic go boom. Overheads, overled, told the feds. Ain't told the feds shit ever since the days they had me on that tab. Made a phone call to Jay when they had him in the trap. I don't ever trust a badge, I don't ever trust a fact. I keep the weapon in my mind and my level head intact. Knowledge is ammunition.
Knowledge is ammunition. I keep that weapon in my mind. So in this case, even though I see these violent situations around me, I don't resort to violence myself, because knowledge is power. Knowledge is a weapon in and of itself. Staying informed on these issues and with the different topics and scenarios, right? Keeping your mind sharpened is very important as well. And I have a little bit of a personal story I inject in there. I've talked about this on some earlier tracks from mine. How much can I say? Because it's still ongoing, certain cases. Anyways, I have a best friend who I grew up with. He's been in trouble with the law and situations, and there was a scenario when I called him, and he kind of warned me in a way. What can I say? Anyways, he made me aware that he is not the only one on the line, and that there may be people trying to build an investigation in a situation against him, which was true. And every phone call and situation he make was recorded. And that's as much as I'll divulge on that situation.
Told the feds, ain't told the feds shit ever since the days they had me on that tab. Made a phone call to Jay when they had him in the trap. I don't ever trust a badge, I don't ever trust a fact. I keep the weapon in my mind and my level head intact. Knowledge is ammunition. Through college I pen admissions. It's cognitive admonitions of a shooter's eye. Glock 32s on my mind, call that suicide. I knew a side when many do would die, but I'd rather put my blood on a sample. When that record's...
See, I guess this is my form of conscious rap, isn't it? I knew a side where many do or die. You know, I've grown up with criminals. I've known gangsters. I've known drug dealers. I've known this side of life, this violent side of life. But for me personally, and you know, underneath substance of gambles, that I didn't chose ultimately to go down that path. I chose a different path, and the blood that I'm giving out is not what I'm spilling through that side of life. The blood that I'm giving is on this sample, like giving a blood sample, but on this sample that Samad made for this beat. And I'd rather use my music to speak on these things and deal with these situations.
I knew a side where many do would die, but I'd rather put my blood on a sample. When that record spin, I'm all in, call it gamble. Everything I do is a gamble. Bluffing even when I got a handful. Try to play my card and you get canceled. Stacking up my chips is cause I gamble. Hey, say something, say something. Talking when you lying, let them pray. Say something, say something. We don't do the talking, we just play.
They want war, put it all in red, get it? Red is in blood, if they really want war in this situation, but also red, gambling, betting on this.
Yo ho ho, it's a pirate's death for you.
You looking to increase your Google Ads performance? Well, ClickSneeze might be your answer. Before using ClickSneeze,
tired of all of these ads. Oh, go away. All right. This is a long way from home. Yeah, final thoughts on gamble, by the way. Everything I do is a gamble. I'm definitely a risk taker, and I kind of wanted to just embody that and personify that. And a lot of choices that I made have been risks, and you know, I've been in debt. I've been through heavy losses, but here we are still. And it seems like this gamble is ultimately paying off.
I grew up a wild child, throwing bottles at a glass house. Before I turned 18, mama kicked my ass out. Told me pack my bags, now I'm mad. Caught a cab, took that road and never looked back. Left lane overtake, but I never looked past her. Who I wasn't mad. I worked those mines and bust my ass. Over time, in the dark, you keep the lights on. It's hard to put a price on your family. Relying on the man in me. I'm trying through this insanity. Survive with no one handed me a bow to pick me out this hole. Steady digging for this cold. Yeah, it's cold, and I know I'm still a long way from home. But when that toll gives, it's cold beers and cheers from my kids. I look at them and hope for years I couldn't get all the tears that this paycheck will lift. But funny what that cold changed and paid into my lungs. Blacker than these stubs. It's hard to live when a doctor gave me months.
Drifting down, I'm sick of this whole town. That whiskey pours my doubt. thinking. Wait for me, I just wanna be alone. It's been a long damn day. I can feel it in my soul. So tonight I'll take the long way home. Tonight I'll take the long way home. Wait for me, I just wanna be alone. It's been a long damn day. I can feel it in my soul. So tonight I'll take the long way home. Leave the light on, I'll take the long way home.
So, long way home. I've talked about this some before, but every single hook that you hear on this album, I have written myself. I have a confession to make. I'm not the best of singers. Yeah, definitely not at all. So it's really funny, because obviously I worked with Josh for a long time, so he knows that I'm pretty much tone deaf. So he's fine with it, because he can take what I send him, because I'll sing on it. I'll lay out how I want it to go, the flow of it, kind of where I want it to rise and build and stuff, and send them a sample of the track with me singing terribly on it. So Josh will laugh, but then he gets on with it because he knows how to read me. What's funny is when we find new singers. And for this one, I wanted a singer that had a little bit of sort of that country flavor and flair because of the story that I'm giving you. I wanted a little bit of that twang in her voice. Had to have a very soulful, very smooth voice. And we were blessed to find Shelby Morgan. But yeah, funny sending her the track for the first time and having her listen to my reference and go, what the hell is this? But shout out to Shelby, man. Such a great hook. I'm really glad. Shout out to my engineer Nate for this one as well. We spent a lot of time on this one, and Nate absolutely killed this one. You know, this album is a mix of self-mixed and engineered tracks mixed and engineered by Samad, and then tracks mixed and engineered by Nate Lanzino, who's my boy from MD, from Be More, baby. I've been working with Nate for a very, very long time. Nobody mixes singing vocals as well as Nate. Nate actually did Moo Moo Fresh's vocals for that Tech 9 feature that we covered on this channel. But yeah, Long Way Home. You know, we tell the story of a coal miner, a story that was passed on to me that I wanted to shed light to, right? So we storytell about a coal miner, came up with a rough childhood, a rough life, and I tell it from the first person perspective. You know, and making these sacrifices in this rough life, try to give his kids a better life, and he wants to be there and spend that time with them. But ultimately, he runs out of time because he gets diagnosed with black lung. So you have like this hope, and then at the end, you just have this news. And same with the second verse. You know, you have a single mom struggling. You know, dad left a long time ago. She's working multiple jobs, just trying to get by, provide for her kid, who's the apple of her eye. And he's got a chance. He's coming up, and he's doing well in school. It looks like he's going to be the way to get them out of their struggle and their situation. And then because, again, the violence in these streets and where he's from, a stray bullet comes in through the living room and takes his life. So you have this message of hope, and then, you know, kind of this darkness of when reality takes over, unfortunately. Lizzie H has tipped $20. So sorry I couldn't get out of work early enough to catch most of this album, but it deserves everything. Hey, thank you so much, Lizzie. I really appreciate it. Explicit Josh. Josh is a beast. Great voice. Any chance of a Sky feature in the near future? Love her voice too. Definitely Sky. Sky is a very, very talented artist as well, man. Thank you so much for the super chat donations, guys. Love you.
Long way home, leave the light on, I'll take a long way home.
I was raised on that southeast side, where if things go south, you look east, but ain't no sunrise. The concrete.
Or if things go south, you look east because the sun rises from the east, southeast DC. In this case, in the story that I'm telling for this verse.
Streets where the souls of a single mom working 2 jobs, 2 kids for too long. That they daddy been gone, getting high. Yeah, I'm downtime, but I'm trying to survive and do what's right for him. All the nights I fight to keep the lights on, teach him right and heat his life. I sacrifice to keep the nights warm. He's all A's in school, staying out of gangs, and who he hangs with ain't no fool. Never seen him break a rule. He told me he's gonna be a doctor, look after mama proper. He's even good at soccer. I think about where he's headed now. Finally found a good girl, maybe settle down. Wedding vows, find a house and get us out. I still remember that night. I can see those siren lights when a stray bullet took his life.
Drifting down, I'm sick of this whole town. That whiskey pours my doubt. These roads alone, don't know what's wrong, but I've been thinking. Wait for me, I just wanna be alone. It's been a long damn day. I can feel it in my soul. So tonight I'll take the long way home. Tonight I'll take the long way home. Wait for me, I just wanna be alone. It's been a long damn day. I can feel
Yeah, I mean, for me, I wanted to take like a everyday scenario and encapsulate that in a song. So something so simple as, you know, I think a lot of us have been through this where it's just been a rough ass day. It's been so stressful, and sometimes we just drive to clear our head and clear our thoughts, or whether we go for a walk. And, you know, we don't want to come home right away and, you know, maybe not face family or friends or anyone. We just want to be alone with our thoughts. So we take the long way home, but leave the light on, because I'm still coming home and I'll still be there at the end of it. And for me, I play off of that leave the light on and the long way home, you know, to show that, hey, you're still welcome home. And for me, you're still welcome in this world, and you're still welcome to me, and you're never truly alone, no matter these horrible situations that the people I'm telling about have been through, or no matter what you've been through as well. And this third verse kind of talks a little bit about me and my come up in the story, but also I take these two different worlds, you know, one out in the country, one in the inner city. And I say, you know, no matter where you are, from world A, world B, that's the beautiful thing about hip hop music and about rap nowadays, is that it just connects with people in all situations, and it can give us hope, and it can inspire us and be food for the soul. And that's kind of what I wanted this song to be and to speak on.
It'll take the long way home, leave the light on, I'll take the long way home.
Let me take y'all back when I first met rap and the boombox slapped in the kitchen. First record I had, I scribbled that pad, I put it on wax and I lit it. From the open mics to the lunch lines to the B-sides, when it's crunch time, let the beat ride and I'll brunch rhymes. These cold cuts, I bovine, battle rapping in the faded night, praying I would make it, I'ma be alright. Those headphones are my only friend, that shady CD was my only spin. Couldn't pay the rent, but I sprayed a pen and I lay it all in my pages then. I'm just a white kid from a black town. Hip-hop was my background. Training late to lay tracks down. Never backing down on my dreams. Years later, it's me. Here, finally seeing no schemes. Never made with my stream. Yeah, I did it all with my team. If you don't see what rap means to me, then you would never hear from the start. From the cornfields to the back streets, I paint the fields in my heart. So no matter where you are hearing this, my only wish is that I could give that same hope this music gives. No matter how dark that road is, may you always know where home is. Just check my words, my soul. When the world turns cold and all these hoes get you down, I'll keep holding it down. Cause I'm a long way from home, I don't really know this town, but I know where we're going, and I know one day we'll make it out, so we sing.
Wait for me, I just wanna be alone. It's been a long damn day, I can feel it in my soul. So tonight I'll take the long way home. Tonight I'll take the long way home. Wait for me, I just wanna be alone. It's been a long damn day, I can feel it in my soul. So tonight I'll take the long way.
Yeah, I can't wait to do this video. I really hope all the pieces come together for it, because I think it deserves it. All right, here's what I'm going to do. We've been streaming for 2.5
What's the
hours.
easiest way into your dream hotel? Do you crawl through an air vent and hope you're the only one?
We are going to skip the cipher, because I've already done a full breakdown on the cipher of everyone's verses, of the inside story to it all. I did a live stream. That was like an hour in and of itself doing the cipher, and I am running out of gas in the tank. The One World Cipher, listen, for me, the message of Blacklist, you know, standing up for things, the substance of hip-hop and the things that you believe in, I wanted this cipher to encapsulate that. And also the thought process of, let's take a bunch of dope lyricists and give them a further platform and maybe expose my fans to some people they might not have heard before, and do this for independent music and for this community, and also do something unique on a cipher and something different than just look how good I am and how great I can rap. So that was the thought process into that one, and we will move on to the last song to finish this one. This is none other than Victory, and this is one that we did in-house. Yes, very, very pleased with this one. So excited for this one. Shout out to Scott, 2T's Elliott in the building, baby, for working with me on this amazing song right here. And this is how I wanted to sign off the album. When we did this one, I knew this is the one I wanted to ride home on. So let's get into Victory.
Creating an infinite infamy. Lately my symptoms are entropy, breaking down intimate tendencies. Any doubt twisting the memory. I'm just a victim of empathy, enemies envy, pretending that friends to be sinners of symphonies. Playing my strings to my heart bends in misery. Cupid is chemically bending me. Lost.
For me, this song is about rises and falls, and the rises and falls within life and within our souls. And this is definitely another mental, psychological exploration one. This is sitting there with I Need Help. But what's a little bit different about this one is that there's just this sweet taste of success, and success is the best revenge. So while it's, still explores some of these darker psychological themes of internal turmoil and doubt and hate and things, there's also this sort of light at the end of the tunnel to this one, I guess you could say, and especially with the hook. But it does take us a while to get there, doesn't it? I put the hook very late on this because there's a journey to get to that point. There's, and then also from a rapper's perspective, it would have been easy to come in and start rapping right away, but I wanted to have a lot of spaces where this breathes, and it's just about the music and kind of the lyrics just mesh with the soul of the song, and it all feels like it's one unit for this.
Any doubts twisting the memory. I'm just a victim of empathy, enemies envy, pretending that friends to be sinners of symphonies. Playing my strings to my heart bends in misery. Cupid is chemically bending me. Lost in phrases, cost I paid it, crossed my pages, parted ways, lost the ways, I've dotted days, I caught the hate, a lot to take, I popped the brakes, can't stop the pain, and if I'm vain, I'm bleeding out, I doubt they paint my name without the clout, the fame surrounds, I'm screaming out, they're all so proud, but where were you when I was down? But hey Knox, please slow down, waiting, I'm deeper in waters.
The flows on this one, definitely, again, the odd rhythms in pockets, that flow, definitely very NF style flow there, I'd say.
Waiting, the breathing gets harder. Draining, I'm bleeding regardless. These sharks are all starving. They sleep where the heart is. They feed when they sleep on my dreams. In the darkness, I'm falling. Regardless, my art is the heart of a Spartan. Never
the work's paying off.
I've been on fire, but I never laid off. This for all them days I would never take off. I'd pray to God, thinking he was way off. Then I stepped in the booth and I took the weight off. This my confirmation. Now I was on the verse, that was dedication. Now I was with no pay, I was dead frustrated. But I set to make it, I reset the basics and I bet my wages. I'm in debt and anxious, but I set the stages and I pay the way to greatness. Love my day once. Still I say the same to haters. Thank you for the strain of pain that shaped me what I am today. I paid an eggs and changed the way I played the game. It's safe to say these locks and chains can cage the fact I made it. Success is not a number, no. Success is when we stumble and fall. It's failure undercover, stand tall.
Success is failure undercover. It's when we stumble and fall. Never be afraid to try. That's what I want to get from this song, because I failed so many times. I talk about it. I'm in debt and anxious. I bet my wages. I bet everything I had. I wasn't making any money on music. I was spending so much more than I was earning from it for the longest time. I pray to God that I'd make it, that I could provide for my family and just have some type of success. But through all those failures and all those stumbles, that's what strengthens you. That's what gives you more resolve and builds your character and leads you ultimately to success, because you learn more from failure than you do from success. So true.
It's not a number, no. Success is when we stumble and fall. It's failure undercover, stand tall. And what we all discover, resolve. And every time they tell us we can, we take that shirt right off of our bags. Tell them hold that tea because we can. There's no apostrophes to our plans.
Every time they tell me I can't make it,
I made it.
Every time they put it to my way,
I waved it.
Always knew someday they'd see my face.
Let's face it,
this my victory, my victory. Success is sweet victory. Every time they tell me I can't make it, I made it. Every time they put it to my way, I waited. Always knew someday they'd see my face. Let's face it, this my victory, my victory. Success is sweet victory.
sometimes I feel like I'm trapped. Caught inside of these laps, caught inside of these plans I had. If only I could make back everything that I gave to this rap. Maybe one day escape from this app. Worry about likes and the platform I have instead of playing outside and just being a dad.
I mean, I hate it sometimes, you know. As an artist, I have to rely on social media because I'm independent. This is how I communicate with my fans. But at the same time, it is very addictive. And, you start measuring and quantifying, and you do get caught in that race of comparing to other artists and trying to hit certain numbers and certain goals. And I struggle with that sometimes. And it's something I'm still going through. And that's what I really wanted to pen with the second verse in this song, you know. How much of me do I sacrifice to be successful versus how much do I give to my family, who matters the most? You know, it's almost a catch-22 because I'm trying to be successful and do this so I can support my family. But at the same time, that takes away time to spend with them. And when I'm with them, if I've had a rough one over here and I've had all these hate comments or something, a release hasn't hit how I wanted it to, that affects me mentally. And then am I really there in that moment mentally with my kids and with my wife and with the people who really matter and the ones that I truly, truly love? And it's me kind of dealing with these things and all these thoughts and turmoils that spin around in my head with this song.
These plans I had, if only I could make back everything that I gave to this rap. Maybe one day escape from this app. Worry about likes and the platform I have instead of playing outside and just being a dad. My kids ground me, these haters drown me, this pain surrounding. But the wife I have in this life, it lasts for my better half. Despite giving half, is finally giving back from my craft. All those nights I pray to Christ, please help save my life. When my pen was tracked to that pen and pad, how was spinning mad, pen up in the lab, spending all I have, but at last it's paid out.
Every time they tell me I can't make it,
I made it.
Every time they put into my way,
I waved it.
Always knew someday they'd see my face.
Let's face it,
this my victory, my victory. Success is sweet victory. Every time they tell me I can't make it, I made it. Every time they put into my way, I waited. Always knew someday they'd see my face. Let's face it, this my victory, my victory. Success is sweet victory. Success is sweet victory. Success is sweet victory. Always knew someday they'd see my face. Success is sweet victory.
For me, that's I like how we started it with Hip Hop is Dead, but I love how we ended it. And if there's one song that I just would give to the world and go, this is me. This is the music that I represent. This is what I deal with. This is what I love and want to make and what I want to give back to the world and how I want to try to leave the world a little bit better place. It would be this song. And even now, I teared up when recording parts of this. And anytime I talk about my kids and my family, it hits me on a different level. So I hope you guys enjoyed that journey with me. Come on. Right. I hope you guys enjoyed that. This is my heart. This is my passion, and I give it all to you through my music. Right. And yeah, we're at the end. We are at the end. So listen. All right, I've had some amazing support today. I'm gonna give away a couple of these. Listen, if you don't get one, please don't worry. They are available on my website right now, knoxhillmusic.com. Two bonus tracks this album, so 16 songs on this one. Only 150 that I made. So when they are gone, they are gone. I want to give you guys something exclusive and special, right? And I'm going to give away a couple right now. So listen, Ding Dong, can you do me a favor and email me Ding Dong, right? Ding Dong, email me, right? And I'm going to hook you up with one of these. Please and thank you, Ding Dong. You have the best name in the world, Ding Dong. Also, I decided earlier I was going to give one to John White as well. So shout out to John, who's getting one of these too. I really appreciate it, guys. You guys are, you rock. You really do. Hey, Isaiah Zamorano as well. Isaiah, can you email me, please? I'm going to hook you up as well. Thank you. And then the last one, I'm going to give to Jonathan Chang. I'm going to give to Jonathan. So email me again, guys. Follow up with me. Blacklist album. You guys are getting these. You've rocked with me almost the entire live stream. That's crazy. 2.5 hours beyond that you've spent with me. Thank you to everyone else for all the donations. You guys are amazing. You know, Jazzy, Elod, Hardy, Texas Horse Rescue. I love you guys. Always here for me. You guys are amazing. Irvin Stankovic as well. Thank you so much. Thank you, Imogen Flack, for always being here. Adam Miller. Love you. Yaz, thanks for coming through today. Gonzo Ares. Thank you. Tariq. Thank you. Bianca. Devin as well. Ray R. JT, or Jay the Real McCoy. Stephen Harris. Mick Hanford. Robin. Shout out to my mod. Shout out to LKC. LKC, I got you. You know I got you. Shout out to Boss Lady D being a boss in the building. Shout out to AJ who came through today as well. Shout out to Miles. Miles has been an absolute all-star. Miles, you've been here the whole time too. Thank you, Miles, for keeping the conversation going, for making me laugh as well, entertaining me. Thank you, Robin, as well. Robin, all the support on Patreon, all the messages, everything. Everybody in here, thank you so much. Exhibit Josh, man. You guys are awesome. You guys are the reason why I do this. You guys keep me going and keep me grounded. And I really appreciate it. Andrea, some of your songs tend to hit home for me, and I'm grateful for the work you do. You're an amazing person and artist. I'm loving everything you do. Thank you, Andrea. Fire emoji in chat. Thank you, guys. R. Hardy, thank you so much. I'm thirsty, but not for water. Thanks for being here the whole time, too, man. Or Rat Monster as well. Lizzie, you guys are great. Tom Vander Weiland, thank you so much for the support. Listen, guys, I'm gonna sign off because I gotta get going. I gotta get home. Oh man. Charles Seiss, Grable Hawkins, bro, always fire, nothing but positivity. P.S. DMV shows, DMV hangout. Yeah. It's gotta happen. You know it's gotta happen. Irvin Stankovic, you believe your skill, technical ability is near or equal to someone like Nas or Tech? Does $1 million studio have a lot to do with it? I still got a lot further to go in my journey. I'm proud of where I am lyrically, but those are two legends that you just mentioned. Two absolute OGs and greats, man. Maybe one day I can be considered an OG and a great, but in my mind, in my heart, I still got a lot more work to do, and I'm excited to do it. Listen, guys, stay safe, stay positive. The world is crazy out there, but please remember that no matter what you've been through or what you're going through, you are never, ever truly alone. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. There are people who care, people who are willing to help. If you can find the courage and the strength to open up and let them. And if you're trying to get to your goals and you feel like they're so far away, take it from me. 15 plus years of doing this. Don't quit. Persistence does pay off. Take those little steps each and every day. And eventually you'll be amazed at how far you've come and gone. Shout out to my DMV people as well. Definitely will be DMV shows. Charles Seiss, thank you so much for the love. Thank you, guys. I'll catch you again soon.